And we are live. Welcome all. Here on guitar, we have the talented and visionary conspiracy music guru, Alex Michael. Take it away, Alex.
Thank you very much. Woke up this morning, turned on the news, another deadly virus. Believe that if you choose, but I won't, 'cause I know better than that. You ain't gonna give me no shot, no, 'cause I know better than that. Woke up this morning, turn on the news, another fake shooting. Believe that if you choose, but I won't, 'cause I know better than that. You ain't gonna take my guns, 'cause I know better than that. Woke up this morning, turn on the news, false flag operations, believe them if you choose, but I won't, not me, 'cause I know better than that. You ain't gonna send me to war, 'cause I know better than that. Woke up this morning, turn on the news. I see right through those lies, but you can believe them if you choose. But I won't, not me. I know better than that. You ain't gonna take my mind, 'cause I know better than that. Thank you very much.
Beautiful, Alex.
Thank
you,
you.
brother.
That slaps.
What was the sound like in that? Could you hear the voice above the guitar? Could you hear the guitar above the voice? What was louder?
It was good balance.
For me, it was very, very great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's good. Because like I say, it's the first time I'm using this setup. I'm going straight into the soundboard with the guitar, and I don't know what you can hear, but if it sounds all right, then I'll take your word for it. I'll listen to it back and I'll make a judgment myself.
Yeah. The people in the chat say it was great.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Margie. Cheers.
Yeah.
How are you guys? All right? It's been a while.
Yeah, I missed you very much, brother.
It's been a minute.
Very nice of you to say. That's very nice of you to say. You know what it's like. You know, when you're in this realm of information, you're never bored. It's just weeks fly by. I'm just so busy doing stuff, and I think you probably are as well. It's just we're all trying to save the world, aren't we?
Damn. Yeah, how is it? Yeah, Walter Brendan Sibjorn Stapleton says voice was low. It was a little low. It was
okay. Right.
For,
Thank you
for
for that.
For me, it was not low, Alex, but I hear your voice double flat thumbs loud.
So here we are, a third of the way through June. I don't know how that happened.
Sorry, go on, Lindsay.
Oh, no. Just that everything's been flying by.
Yeah, sun and moon flies by, like we always know, Alex.
Sure do. So what's up?
I have a question to Alex. How can you hear us without headset? And you play music and you don't have an echo. That's a question I always want to talk to you.
I don't know. I mean, I've I mean, I think I've had echo issues before. Maybe I've perfected my technique, but you can see one of the speakers behind me, this blue one here, and I've got another one.
Yeah.
And they're set at quite a low volume. I can hear you. It's not loud in here, so it won't be coming out of the speakers into the microphone and feeding back because it's at a low volume. I think if you have your volume lower, then the microphone won't pick it up. So that's maybe one tip. And the microphone and the guitar go straight through a little. You probably can't see that there, can you? No, that's like a little sound card with about 4 different inputs, so I can put a bass in there, an acoustic guitar, a microphone or 2 or whatever. So I've got 4 inputs there, and that just goes USB into the computer. So
Wow.
It's not a massive setup, really. It's not, it's not Abbey Road Studios. It's really just a very, very, very simple setup. I've got 2 speakers, a bass speaker, and a sound card and a Mac, and this incredible keyboard here, which is not just a piano. It can be any instrument you want. It can be strings or trumpets, or I can put vocals through that. I can turn it into a sampler because this is connected via MIDI to the computer. So yeah, basically a MIDI keyboard, couple of speakers, 14 guitars, and an imagination. That's what it takes, really. It's not the instruments or the equipment that does it. I think it's more of the creative mindset, really. Once I've got it in here, then I just need to come into the studio and try and get it into fruition. Got to get it out of here into this machine here. So yeah, it's not a big setup at all by any means. It's not an expensive setup. The guitars probably cost a few bucks now, but with my little collection. But yeah, and I can do all sorts of music here. As you've seen, I can do any kind of genre. I don't want to do any, just do one specific genre. I want to do them all. I want to do rap, and I've done reggae, and I'm going to try them all. So, but obviously not taking myself too seriously. I don't see myself as a blues artist or a country artist or a reggae artist. I just, I'm all a bit tongue in cheek. It's all with a bit of comedy and satire. So I just want, if I do a rap song, it will be a humorous rap song, and I'll probably dress up again because I like doing that. I like acting before. I'm 50 years old now, and I like to mess around a little bit because I like to have fun with this stuff. As serious as this stuff is, I think it travels a lot further when you add an element of comedy to it. People want to share it with their friends if it's funny. So I want to do more funny stuff, but it's finding the time at the moment. But I wish I had more of me, but there's only one pair of hands. And
yeah.
One is currently drinking brandy.
Except when there's many, many, many of you in a video. That's yeah. Yeah,
and that's difficult to do as well. If you try and record yourself and then place yourself in a video with yourself and then place yourself again with yourself, and you've got to get yourself interacting with yourself 4 or 5 times, that's really difficult to achieve because you've got to get the timing right. And I've done that a few times, but it's a hell of a lot of work just to do that. But a lot of fun, of course, because I don't know any competent musicians around me. First of all, I'm living in a foreign country where not a lot of people around me speak English. And then trying to find competent musicians is very difficult enough as it is, particularly ones that can show up on time and are capable of actually playing an instrument. And then you've got to try and find somebody who's English speaking, a good musician that turns up on time, who's also woke or conscious to a level. And I just can't find anybody that fits that bill. So I have to just, multiply myself like a million. I have to do the bass, I have to do everything, because I can't find a group of people. And I think I prefer working solo. I have more control over it. I don't really do collaborations with people, although I get asked a lot to do collaborations. I rarely do them. I think I've done one. I think I did a rap crap collaboration with ODD and a few others. But no, I just prefer being in control of it all, so then I could do what I want then. Like if I wanted to do a rap song tomorrow, somebody else in the band might not want to do that, but I can just do whatever I want if I'm my own boss, if you like, musically. So I like the freedom of that.
I can't wait for the song. And I also want to ask you, brother, can you make me a song? I did a time lapse every day when I can see the sun in 2022. And it's not finished yet, but every day when I can see the sun, I make a time lapse photography. I think I will need, or it would be very cool and nice when you make me a song for the time lapse video. I think
he's not shy in asking, is he, Lindsay?
No.
Well, what I can do, because making a song can take like a good 2 or 3 weeks. Making a video can take 3 months. But what I have got the very first version of my Solfeggio album. See, the Solfeggio album that I released, True Solfeggio, that wasn't the first version. There was a version before that, which I made with somebody else. And the reason I didn't release it was because I made it with somebody else and I didn't have full control over it. And I've still got those tracks on my PC. So it's a whole Solfeggio album that no one's heard. If you'd like it, you are more than welcome to have that. And I think it would be quite fitting as well for the kind of videos that you're doing. So I'll send you that entire album. Granted, it's not as good as True Solfeggio because it was made way, way before True Solfeggio. But there are still some very pleasant tracks on that album that no one's heard. So, but if you want it, you can have those tracks and see which one resonates. And, you know, there's 7 tracks on there. So I can send that over to you if you like.
Thank you, brother.
Oh.
No, I'm not Che.
No. Make me a song, Alex. Make me a song. Okay.
You know I love your music. Is the songs you will send me also in 432 hertz?
Yeah, it's all in 432. Yeah, absolutely.
Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's can you take us through a little bit of your process? You know, you're mentioning having to like kind of figure out, do you have to like line up the sight lines and stuff when your characters are looking at one another and plan, do you map it out? And like, you know, is it fun shopping for all of the props and stuff that you might use? And
yeah, I mean, I don't spend a lot of money when I shop. I mean, the video budget, like for the very first video that I did with the green screen was I think it's Puppet Show on No Photographs of Earth, but Puppet Show, I went out and bought a snorkel and those goggles and some flippers, because I did that whole scene of me with the flippers on it in the ISS floating around, and that whole combined costume was about 30 euros. So the whole budget for that video was about 30 euros, and that was just on the snorkel and things. So, and then, you know, what else have I got here? You know, things like this with the 5G video as well. I had to buy like a hard hat to be like the dumb guy in the 5G video.
Yeah. Oh, right. I love the video, Alex.
You know, that guy. So little, I mean, just little props like that. But most of it, I've got most of the clothing, you know, really. And the science guy, I've got the white coat, you know. You know, amount of evidence, the guy with a big beard like that, and he's talking like this. So it's not.
Yeah, you're so wild in that video. I love that video. It's hilarious. It makes me die laughing every time. And like, yeah, you're barefoot in all of your videos, right? All of them.
Yeah, I'm barefoot in all of my videos. And that's a question that comes up quite a lot. Why are you barefoot in all your videos? It's because I'm barefoot around the house all the time. I try to do barefoot as much as possible because I like, you know, the whole earthing thing. So I walk around barefoot all the time. Now, instead of, when I'm recording with the green screen, instead of putting on a different pair of shoes for a different character, it becomes really tedious to put on like several pairs of shoes. What shoes, footwear for this character? Like, I'd just rather just jump over to the green screen, film a bit, put a new shirt on and a hat on and film a bit. It's just a lot easier and a lot quicker if I just stay barefoot, you know? And your question about lining up the shots when you're interacting with each other. Yeah, what I do with, I get mic stands and I put the mic stand at my sort of head height. So the mic stand is me. So that's if I'm filming myself there, a mic stands there, and that's going to represent the other me. So it's just silly little things like that where you have to sort of. And sometimes I'll look at what I think I'm looking at as me in the shot, and then I'll put it into the video editor, and I'm looking completely the wrong direction, and it doesn't look very natural. So I'll have to record it again. So there's so much that gets recorded over and over and over and over again. I've got so many blooper reels, it's unreal. It'll probably make a good DVD one day, but there's so much that ends up on the cutting room floor that doesn't make the final edit. But it's a whole creative process, which I love. I love doing that. I love locking myself away in this room and just getting creative with it. And I can also lock myself away from the world, because I don't know if you've noticed, but it's pretty shitty out there at the moment. So it's quite nice to lock myself away from that and ignore it and just get creative.
Yeah. Well, that does sound like a lot of fun. And oh yeah, so I don't know if you've I want to bring this up because there's something about Kate Bush that, you know, you were talking about collaborations, and the first thought I get in my head is we got to get Kate Bush. Would you collaborate with her? Because she is very, very aware of a lot of stuff. Kate Bush, for real. I
didn't know that. I thought she was signed up to the whole satanic music industry system. I mean, I don't know. I've not looked into her recently. I don't mean she might. What evidence do you have that she's conscious?
It's it's the content of her videos. And I mean, so is that part of the arrangement? I mean, I know maybe I just want to love her so much because she's unique. You know, I still have the burgeoning, you know, death rattles of my celebrity fandom, you know, off in the corner somewhere.
It's really hard to let go of those heroes. I've had to let go of a lot of heroes because I realised, you know, whilst I was looking at the symbology on their album covers and in their music videos, that they were showing allegiance to a particular system that I don't particularly resonate with. Let's put it that way. So I had to drop a lot of heroes. You know, there's a lot of really good guitarists, and I don't know. If it's in the mainstream, if they're signed to a mainstream record label, then I would say they're compromised in some way, shape, or form. You know, I mean, are there artists out there that are not compromised in some way? I don't know. Show me one. But then I'd like to go through their videos and see what they're pushing visually. It's not just the sound. You know, remember all these mainstream artists are all, you know, bashing you in the head with their 440 hertz as well. Maybe it's as subtle as that. I don't know. But Kate Bush, I'll look into that and see. I don't think she'd be prepared to do a collaboration with little old me, but.
Well, she needs to hear your music, but I mean, everyone does. But the reason I think that she really admires actually truth and you know, sharing that with the people and is against this system. She may be a part of it, but I kind of see them as actors of varying degrees, and you know, we still have some element of free will in how we operate. But one of her videos was it was cloud busting. I don't know if you remember that one from back in the day with Donald Sutherland. Yeah. And they're pointing a frequency machine up at the clouds to make it rain. And nowadays we have that, but it's used with chemicals as well. But they're showing her video that it was just sound tech and
yeah, I don't know. Maybe that might even be revelation of the method. I don't know, or hidden in plain sight. I don't know. It's just I've just got this horrible feeling that anyone who's signed to a mainstream record label, then they have to be controlled. Their content has to be controlled. They can put things in front of you and show you what they're doing. I don't know. I'm going to listen to some Kate Bush after this interview.
Yeah, you are. And another good one was Experiment 4. And in that one, all of her songs are like stories. But in this one, she was saying that scientists had been taken by the military because they had been researching sound technology for healing purposes for people with dementia. This is all in the music video. Like, she's telling a story, you know, trying to harness this technology to help people and to heal people. But then they get snatched by the military and they get contracted to design a weapon that can kill from a distance. And it's, you know, and it's a whole video about that. So
it's all true. That's all true.
There's some, yeah. So, you know, I don't know, but she seemed like a nice person. I don't know. I want to believe that.
Share the screen, Lindsay, for this one.
What's that?
Do you have something to show on the screen, to share the screen for?
Oh,
I just want to say thanks, Jess Palmer. You're the best as well.
Yeah, Jess Palmer. Alex is the best.
Oh, Brian Evans says, "Have you heard Muse, Alex? They got some good songs."
Yeah, I was just about to say when you said about you know, these seemingly anti-establishment lyrics, you know, right. Like Muse is a good example of that. They did a song called "They Will Not Control Us," which is they're an incredible band, Muse, very, very talented. But you've got to understand that some of this music, although it seems on the surface to be anti-establishment, you know, like that whole music scene that was coming out of Laurel Canyon in the 60s, the Doors, and the Rolling Stones and the Beatles, and well, not Beatles were not necessarily anti-establishment, but that whole psyop is like seemingly on the surface, it's, you know, they're saying and doing all the right things, but you know, I don't know. There's a bit of wizardry there. I think you've got to look very, very carefully. On the surface, they may seem, you know, to be saying the right things, but then I don't know. You've got to keep a close eye on them, you know.
Always, because the stuff they sneak in there is crazy when you really look.
Yeah, when you really look, when you understand how music can be used as a weapon, you know.
Yeah, you showed this
All the
very clear
psychedelic
in your
stuff that the Doors were doing and the Beatles were doing, all the psychedelic trick. The Doors were seemingly anti-establishment, but they're doing all this, this drug music and psychedelic music, and it was all the, the hippie and love era, and just basically sit back and do nothing and smoke weed and, peace and love and, make love, not war, and all of that sort of stuff, when all the hippies were sitting on their ass doing nothing, so that whole counterculture movement just made a bunch of people sit on their asses, smoke weed and do nothing while they went to war in Vietnam, so there's that.
Exactly. Manny, did you want to show something?
No.
Oh no, we're just cool. We're just talking. That's cool.
Yeah.
That takes off some of the pressure.
Cool. We're talking and drinking and smoking. This is a terrible advertisement for children, isn't it?
Oh well.
This is time to put your big boy pants on. It's Big Boy Show.
Yeah, that looks good. Oh, yep, got the pipe. There we go.
Oh yeah.
It looks relaxing.
Enjoy, brother.
Jess Palmer is asking, do they have a book? Oh, I don't know what he's talking about.
Wait.
Some other
The
joke.
book.
Do they have a book?
Oh, Alex, you can show us your new book.
I don't know who they is, but I have a book. I have 3 books out now. How do I show
you can show everything.
Why not? Share screen. Look, I know how to do this now. Woohoo!
Yeah, share the screen. Santos, if you watch this, Alex, share now his screen. Santos already has the StreamYard link. I don't know what's up with him.
Oh yeah. Wait, Alex, before you share screen, I wanna tell you one more thing about Kate Bush.
Okay.
Before it goes out of my head.
Great, Lindsay.
It's cool tech stuff. But okay, so about cloud busting, that one about seeding clouds with frequency tech. She said that she was inspired to create that video by a book by Wilhelm Reich, who is an Austrian scientist who ended up dying in a New York prison because he was convicted of fraud for claiming that his invention, called an organ collector cabinet, was healing people.
Yeah. And
you would just go sit in it. So the FDA swooped in, took his stuff, and convicted him of being a fraud and a huckster or whatever, confiscated the tech.
Why everything started in Austria? Sorry, lovely.
Because the Austrians are brilliant, obviously. But geez, man. And so his son, this Wilhelm Reich's son, became his partner in his work as well, and his confidant and the keeper of all of his memoirs. And he wrote a book called The Book of Dreams. And Kate Bush read that book and was inspired to create music and art from it. So I was like,
she's definitely conscious then. She definitely knows her stuff then, by the sounds of it.
That's what makes me think that there's something else there, you know.
Yeah, I think there's probably something that I don't think she would be able to do the kind of music that I do. I don't think the record company would allow.
She wouldn't be allowed to, no.
She wouldn't be allowed. So there is an element of control there. So is she controlled? Yes, she's definitely controlled. She doesn't have the freedom that I do, being signed to a mainstream label. So although she's probably conscious and probably wants to sing it from the rooftops, she's probably not allowed to do so, which is a shame, because we need more mainstream artists with a bigger following like that to start shouting from the rooftops. But so is she controlled? Yes. Is she conscious? Yes. By the sound of it.
It can be both.
Yeah, it can be both.
Oh yeah. So sorry, go ahead.
No, that's cool. I was just going to show this.
Yeah, share your screen.
I mean, you've seen the other books, haven't you? I mean, so it's exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's a new story. Where are we?
Yeah, sing us the song, brother.
Sing you a song. Shut up.
I'm just gonna burst out into Kate Bush if there's too much dead time on the air.
Yeah, just burst into Wuthering Heights. I like that one.
Out on the Oh gosh,
Nice.
I can actually do that.
Yeah, there you go.
It's me, Cappy.
Oh,
Come
you
on, man.
are looking
So
great.
go, let me know you when
Yeah,
you
you got it. There you go.
Yeah.
Sounds like the right key as well. Well done. Didn't know you could sing.
I've got perfect pitch, man.
Nice.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is the new Satellite Hoax book, which I'm sure Manny knows this song word for word.
Yeah, sure. I sing it every day.
Well, I know it's a really hard pill to take when somebody says that satellites could be fake, but don't you find it a little suspicious that you can't find any real satellite pictures? It might be hard to be believed, but maybe we're all being deceived.
So yeah, nice and colourful, nice and vibrant. Like great for children, great for invoking critical thought. You can scan the QR code in the back, and you can be taken direct to the music video, so you can sing along. So it's a karaoke book as well. So yeah, this one I've made particularly colourful and vibrant, and there's more pages in this one as well. I think there's about 45 pages in this book. The first book I put out was 26, and this one's 45. So the books are getting bigger and thicker, and they're not any more expensive. They're the same price, but they're certainly thicker. I've got more content in them, and yeah, this will be book number 4 of the series. I'm aiming for 7, so I'm over the halfway line. And this should be out, hopefully. It's in review at the moment, so I'm hoping it will be accepted maybe tomorrow, or certainly it'll be out by Monday.
Oh, nice.
Type that phrase into Google, folks, and let me welcome you to the Satellite Hoax.
I love this song. When I listened to it the first time, I really had freedom tears in my eyes. I don't know the right word in English.
Tears of joy.
Yeah. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yeah. Yeah, it can that's the power of music. It can just overwhelm everything.
It can, if it's done correctly, it can be really overwhelming. It can be incredibly emotional. It can move you. It can change your mind. It can change your paradigm. It can heal you. It can do all of the things that the controllers don't want. So I'm trying to do shall I stop sharing now? I'm trying to do the polar opposite of what they want musically. Stop screen. There you go. Yeah, so it can be incredible music. It's just the music that we have now is not incredible. It's in the wrong frequency. It's not talking. There's no conscious lyrics in it. It's not empowering in any way. Not really. I don't know. It's just music could be so much better than it is. It's just I'm never going to be an international rock sensation or anything like that. I'm never going to be that popular because I'm doing the music that the system doesn't want. So I'll always be this little fringe musician in his little tiny studio in Spain, and I'm good with that.
Yeah, no one can take that away from you. No one can say that you compromised your soul.
No, exactly. Unless you start seeing me, with really well polished music videos, and then doing like Freemasonic floors and one-eyed symbolism and all of that. When you start seeing that, I've sold out.
Yeah, that could be an interesting parody video. Although, of course,
well, the thing is, I know what you're saying, and I've thought about doing
someone's gonna take a screenshot of it and be
exactly,
like, "Oh, look at him! He's one of them."
Exactly. People are already taking things I've said and shown in my videos out of context and using it against me as like taking it as if I'm some sort of actor or something. It's just you can take anything out of context. So if I did a video like that, as funny as it would be, people would go, "See, I told you about him. He's so." Unfortunately, some people out there don't have a sense of humour, which is a real shame because there's too much paranoia in this truth community. There's too much. I don't know. I get that this community is suspicious, but when you start throwing labels at people because I don't know, it's just anyone that's causing division in this community. It's just like forget it. I'm not even. You don't even register on my meter at all. That anybody's causing divide and pointing the finger and calling names and stuff like that. It's just nah, man. That's it. I'm done with you. You're not. I can't even. You're not even in my world.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And there's a lot of people out there doing that, sadly. But I would love to do a video like that of doing the real sort of Illuminati parody music video where it's really over the top, like Masonic symbolism everywhere.
Yes.
But I guarantee you, someone will take it out of context and use it against me, sadly.
No, it would be so. I can already like see it in my mind.
So can I. So can I. I can already see it. It'll be hilarious. It would be hilarious, but I don't know. Maybe one day. Well, maybe one day when I give less of a shit about what people say.
It would have to be like using different colors, maybe instead of I don't know, maybe parodying the symbolism, but not using that symbolism. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I'd have to be clever with it. I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It could be a song all about the music industry, couldn't it? And if I did a song about the music industry and the symbology that they show in their music videos, then that might be more acceptable, because then I'm actually revealing what they're doing and not just doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Food for thought, but noted. Thank you.
Yeah, we got Vividness 420 in the house. Hello, and this is, I think I see a new name, Dion Sandals. Has Dion Sandals? Hi, Indigo Day. Oh, Three Fingers is here.
We always with 3 fingers. I also have 3 fingers.
You've got more than 3 fingers, Manny.
Yeah,
You've got 5.
10, lovely.
Well, on the one hand.
Yeah.
And then we have Dion Sandals in 84. Richard Wintercam. Kate Bush worked with Peter Gabriel too. I don't know if Richard Wintercam is saying that Peter Gabriel is awake and aware, or one of them, or both. I don't know. Any opinion on Peter Gabriel? Is he just in the same pot there? I don't know.
Is Peter Gabriel from Germany, or from where was it, Alex? Was he?
Peter Gabriel was in the band Genesis, I believe, wasn't he?
Yeah, way back in the day. And was Sting in that band too?
I don't think Sting was in it, no, but Peter Gabriel left, and that's when Phil Collins took over.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Phil Collins, yeah.
Yeah, so they were English.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of conscious musicians out there. I think, Prince showed signs of being conscious. He was talking about chemtrails, and then Michael Jackson, towards the end of his career, was talking about, they've lied about history. Everything's a lie. Everything's a lie. History is a lie. You must know that. You must know that. That's Michael Jackson's words exactly. You must know that. They lie about everything. So, but they can't put that in song. I don't think that's probably how he ended. That's probably why they met their demise. People like Prince and Michael Jackson, because they did start to speak out against the system. So you can speak out, but I don't think you last very long, it seems. There's a pattern forming, isn't there?
Mette, our friend in the chat, said Sledgehammer.
Yeah. You could have a steamboat if you just lay. No, what is it? You could have an aeroplane flying if you bring your blue skies back. All you do is call me. Yeah. I'll be anything you need. That was number 1 in like the 80s for like months. Brilliant song. I wanna be Sledgehammer. Yeah, I remember the video as well. The video was stop animation, wasn't it? If you remember the music video, it was really good for the time. But I think it was all done with like plasticine and all that and stop animation. It was really good, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that takes me back. Sledgehammer, blimey.
Oh,
I can listen to you all day long, Alex.
Oh yeah, Motown. Do you have you don't have a Motown style.
A Motown style
Song. I'm trying to think Motown.
I don't. I mean, that's a genre that I probably could do.
Yeah, sing us one more.
I mean, to do the music.
Yeah, because
Santos wrote me he
you can
cannot
rock
go
that.
live with us today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Sorry, brother, but yeah, Santos, we love you. Thank you for your help.
here I'm sending a message to Martin real quick. I don't know if he'll do this.
Yeah, do it.
I'll be anything you need.
Oh, and Eddie Curry is watching us. He wrote me in Facebook.
I'm saying join us now. There we go.
Yeah, 4Jack says Michael Jackson not dead.
I'm down with that as well, because you just don't know really. There's some very suspicious footage of him getting out of an ambulance and walking into a hospital after he was, So there's a lot, It's on the table as far as I'm concerned. Michael Jackson still being around. Yeah, I mean, look at the. You're aware of a character called Dave when he appeared on?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so that was the voice analysis of that alone. That's Michael, and he loved to dress up, didn't he? Michael Jackson. He loved playing characters, and that's how he got away with going out into sort of normal life. He would dress up and put on real heavy makeup so he could,
Oh my God.
We have Sean. Hi, Sean.
What's going on?
Please make your double flat thumbs and stay a little bit with the double flat thumbs. Alex, Lindsay, Alex, your face in the camera. Hi, Sean.
What's
Hey,
up?
Sean. How's it going, bro?
Right,
It's
very
going.
nice to see you, brother.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, mate. Pretty good.
Yeah, very fine.
Great work on Level and Next Level, bro. Loved it. Absolutely brilliant. We need more of that. We need
Thank
more of that, man. It's a shame.
Every year, brother.
Yeah, it's a shame there's only one of you. I'd like to see one of those every month, dude. Because
Yeah, well, if I didn't have to do every job myself, it's that's still not really possible. But it takes a long time to do this, man. And I'm the lone shark in every aspect of the film. So
I hear you, bro.
Takes
I hear you.
a
I
long
do
time.
every aspect of my music. So I know how long it takes to do a 5-minute music video, let alone a 1-hour document, and putting all that stuff together, and the production that you do, and it's so impactful and so well produced. And those entry-level documentaries, we need so many of those, because your audience is very similar to mine. I'm going for the normies. They're the minds that I want to change. That I'm not interested in debating about land shapes and all that sort of thing. That's for the specialists. I'm there to try and wake up, the normies. Yep. And that's really important to me. So those sort of entry-level 101 documentaries and the stuff that David Weiss does, they're so impactful. That's why I wish there was more people doing what you do.
Yeah, I wish there was too. And it wouldn't even be considered competition to me. It would be considered, I would embrace it with open arms, because I can't do this alone. People got to keep, coming up with new ideas. I'm the type of person that, I'm not the, the scientist minded guy in all of this. There's many more people out there that know the science behind all this and how we're being lied to, and, the math involved and all this stuff. There's so many smart people out there. It's like, I'm always the type of person to be like, hey, you got a new experiment to try out, or you got something that you're thinking of, hit me up. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can get some funds together, and we can get it. We can get this project, whatever project you're thinking about, we can get it done and get it on film and get it out there on, on the next level, next level, whatever that's going to be called. But
level 3.
Yeah, level 3. Well, I once Level came out, I wanted to make sure that name stayed a part of all the sequels, and the Next Level was fine because it's the truth. It was the next level, but now it's like, I don't know where I'm going. Spirit level, there's level headed. There's so many different ways you could go, but the name doesn't matter. It does in a sense for the normies. It's got to be something that sounds nice. And I'm going to learn from my mistakes, with the word level, and then even the next level, you type that in, you get millions of results of other shit. So it sucks. So I want to be a little more creative with the next one.
Don't, whatever you do, don't do what Dave did, because Dave created his app and he called it the Flat Earth Sun Moon. He called it that just to be for SEO friendly keyword stuffing, I think they call that. So I can envisage your next movie going in in a really long phrase.
The level oceans. And it just keeps going like a 2-sentence thing.
My level next.
No, but I do want to keep it unique though. Like this way, at least when someone types that title in, it's almost positive that they're going to get something on the film. It's hard to hide it if it's a unique title. Also with hashtags on social media, I'm always on TikTok just looking, and I'll do hashtag the next level. And I see so much Jumanji shit and all this other shit, and I'm like, come on! And then I'll see the film, and I'm like, oh yeah, here's one. So it's like, you know, if I came up with something unique, then obviously that
The problem is
hashtag
with
would
that,
be
it's
unique.
really tough. If you come up with something unique, it has to be more words in that title. The more words, the more unique. But the trouble is, the more unique and the more words, the harder it is for people to remember.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm trying to keep it like 3 to 4 words and unique, you know. Anyways, how's everybody doing? Hi, Manny. Hi, Lindsay. What's going on? What did I interrupt? You know, like I jumped in the middle of your fucking conversation. So what did I interrupt so I can give my 2 cents? What were you guys talking about? I did hear Michael Jackson when I connected, and that's that's one of my specialties. So what are y'all talking about?
You came in at the perfect time because we were talking about artists that are compromised. You know, if you're signed to a big label, you're probably compromised. There's a lot of conscious artists out there. But if they're signed to a label, like Michael Jackson, towards the end of his career, started speaking out and saying, it's a lie. Everything's a lie. History is a lie. You must know that. You must know that. Prince started speaking out.
Michael was very scared. You could see it in his eyes, his face. I've heard some private conversation, like tape recorded conversations where he was sitting there saying, like, they're trying to kill me. They like literally, he's saying they're trying to kill me. They're trying to this. You know, that's why he's been a recluse the last 10 years of his life. Motherfucker didn't even leave the house really. Even though he had bodysuits, he had masks, he had a bunch of shit where he can get out of the house. But I felt like he was that scared where he just stayed in. And in my mind, in my heart, in my conspiracy mind, it's one of those conspiracies where you just hope it's true, where, you know, that's really all you have with it. But I feel like he was planning something to fake his own death and to do something bigger and better than we could even speculate and fathom. That there's something about my research on it that tells me, again, this is just a small conspiracy, just my opinion, but just like maybe he did fake his own death. He would be that guy, Michael, to try to defeat the cabal.
That's exactly what we were talking about just before you came on. We were talking about Dave, and I was going to ask you, do you still believe Dave is, because the voice analysis alone on that is like, come on, you can't tell me that, because we've seen how they love to rub it in your face. It's just
yeah. But it might be my you know, from the research I've done. Again, I can only speak on the research I've done, not the consensus. Right? The consensus would probably be Michael's in on it with the cabal, and they faked his death, and he went out there to rub it in our face, and he's alive. I can't do it. Like, for me, I can't do that. Like, his heart, his soul seems so pure to me. He must be the greatest actor of all time, and I would admit he got me. But I'll tell you, I just feel like something happened.
What was he doing then? What was he doing? If you believe he is Dave, so what was he doing on CNN with Larry King doing it?
Again, I'm in my own. I'm probably in my own boat, and it's cool. Sometimes you got to be in your own boat with shit. You can't just fucking jump in everyone else's. I feel like him a week later coming out as Dave and doing all that was a slap in the face to the ones that do that to all of us. I feel like it was that big of a deal to him that I feel like along the way, he started finding out about what's really going on in Hollywood and what they're really doing. He started finding this shit out. It freaked him out probably. And you could see the last 10 years of his career, he didn't hang out with anyone. He didn't talk to anyone. He didn't do anything. He stayed in his house, man. And a lot of people were like, well, that's because of the allegations. Of course, if that's the worst allegation to be called as a man, what they said he did. So I forgot what video it was, man, but there was a video. There was a rabbi speaking. He didn't look like a nice one either. It was a rabbi. They were interviewing him and about Michael Jackson, about the song They Don't Care About Us. And the rabbi said on film, I can find this on film. He said, not verbatim, but something like, we warned him, meaning Michael, we warned him not to release this song, not to say these words. And he did it. It's something along the lines of like, you know, like he kind of like they're pissed off and they're going to handle it. Right. And within a year, less than a year later, all of a sudden he's in the news for molestation. So
I mean, would Michael be responsible for releasing that song? And Michael's not responsible for the song releases. The record companies are. So was it Michael doing that?
I think he left Sony at that time. I think he was away from Sony already, though.
Right.
So he already disconnected from Sony. I think whatever label he was a part of after he left Sony, I think he had full control.
Oh, okay. That's rare. I didn't know that.
A lot of artists do that, man. A lot of artists have done that where they branch off of the big label and start their own, but it's like they don't really promote it, but they have creative control for the most part. Again, I don't quote me on that. It could be all a psyop. I have no idea. And even with Michael Jackson, that whole thing, I could be psyoped, and I'll admit that. But I can only talk from the research I've done. For me, it's like if no one's done the type of research I've done on it and looked with and saw the pieces of this fucking puzzle, it's like, what the fuck? If no one's done that, then they really can't judge my opinion, because you got to put in that work. If you put in the work and maybe you find something else that's different or that it's opposite of what I came up with, I'm a very open-minded, non-gullible person. So I would say, okay, let me see what you came up with, and I'll take a look at that. But just from the research I've done, I'm not saying any of this is real or true, but based off the research, it's like any topic we can research. We can go research it. We'll come to our own conclusion until our peers maybe have different conclusions, and we compare and go, oh, you know what? That makes more sense than this. You can start changing yours at that point because someone came up with something that makes more sense. I'm just waiting for someone to come up and make more sense than what I've seen, because what I've seen is that all he did, his last couple albums, you hear these songs about revolutions, him leading a revolution, him leading a new war, him changing the world, and all this stuff. It goes over everybody's head. They're just songs. Not to me, man. You look at Michael's first 90% of his career, the controlled pop style music and all the stuff. He changed his complete motive in his music, and this was way after they stopped promoting him. I mean, his albums were sinking, and people were like, "Oh, he's a nobody now." No, have you listened to the music? I mean, listen to some of the songs. Nobody's heard these songs. I can almost guarantee that's how, it's like no one listened to him after that. But if you listen to him, you hear the revolution. You hear this war general speaking of changing the world and defeating the system. And it's like, wow, that's a powerful man to say that. So you can understand why they were going after him in the media every day, making fun of him in movies, making fun of him in stand-up, making sure that the general public was like, this guy's a freak, he's a pedo, he's all this stuff. And the whole time, I feel alone in this sometimes, but the whole time, like, he didn't touch anybody. They were putting this shit on him because of either what they found out he was trying to do to them, or the fact that he just didn't want to play ball anymore. And you can't have billions of fans and not play ball. So to me, it's a situation where either they already killed him, and that whole thing was a psyop with Dave and just to stir the pot, or but people, again, they always look and they go, can someone really pull that off this day and age? Is the cabal that strong of a unit that someone is, and don't act like he wasn't as powerful as Michael. Motherfucker was powerful. He had connections, he had military connections, he knew so many people across our plane, higher ranked, probably the good ones, right? There has to be good people in this world. There has to be good, higher level people. I'm not saying the highest of highest, there's probably no good. I'm saying a higher level people, there's probably some good. I don't know if you guys can agree with that. There has to be some good people, period. They can't be all evil. They can't. So I feel like if there is good people that are higher up in the sense, he knew them all. And maybe he was working behind the scenes to conspire how to take this whole thing down. But again, that's just my fantasy conspiracy, man. I don't want people. I can already see someone like taking a piece of that and be like, look at what he's saying. Look at what Hibbeler's saying. Let's not. We don't like this guy anymore. It's like, no, it's just my opinion. It's cool. Everybody has their opinions on stuff. And again, I could be. At least I'm man enough to admit I can be completely wrong. And if I was, I would just apologize.
Well, that shows intellectual honesty. We're all on this. Evolution path, aren't we? We're this information, and if you're willing to change your mind when something presented with new evidence, which is what we should be all doing that when it comes to any topic. So no, I appreciate that. Well said, man. But that's what we was talking about. We was talking about the whole music industry and Michael Jackson, and you popped up as an interesting bit of synchronicity right there. And I don't know, take the conversation wherever you want to take it, Manny, Lindsay.
Yeah. Where's the host at? Come on, host, jump in.
Yeah, you said it very right, Sean. I'm very happy that you are with us, and also that you meet the first time Alex.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you, Alex. For sure.
Yeah, likewise, man, likewise.
I didn't know who was going to be on. I'm just like, okay, let's see.
Yeah,
I had a little bit of time to spare, so I was like, I'll say what's up for a little bit.
Yeah, we've just been.
go on, Lindsay.
Oh yeah, just having a pretty chill conversation. We're not really showing anything right now, but it's good
That's
to
cool.
talk. And I do watch one TV show still, and it's called Stranger Things. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've
But
seen them.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen them.
Did you see the new season?
No, I have not. No, I haven't. I'm not caught up or anything. But I'm meaning I've seen some shows and stuff
Yeah.
before. I always, especially with newer shows, I always try to find, what are they doing here? What's the agenda? What where's the truth in plain sight? Let's see.
Isn't one of the stars of Flat Earthers? Isn't one of the stars of Stranger Things a Flat Earther? Didn't she do a stream from her car saying it's
a flat earther? To me, I mean, when these high profile celebrities started coming forward, it was not that I was against it, because I felt like, especially in the moment, it's like, yes, Kyrie, everybody, Shaq, everybody, come on, flat earth, like. And I'm like, oh, I know what they're doing. They already changed the fucking algorithm. So yeah, of course, they already knew that our videos were actually going viral on their platform, and they were trying to shut it down. And they can't delete them all. They delete them all. It's the biggest red flag to the public, even. So they shadow banned them, and they started to have what they have now, the BBC, Comedy Central, ABC, all these hit pieces when you type in flat earth. But that's when the start of it was. That's when they changed the algorithm. So that's why they had their celebrities go talk about it. It'll give your fans an opportunity to go, oh yeah, my cousin said that, and now this celebrity did. I'm gonna research it now because of what she said or what he said. The celebrity on my fucking phone, not my cousin or brother that told me about this topic, but the celebrity said it now. Okay, now I'm gonna take a minute and look up flat earth on YouTube, and boom, there's the hit pieces. So I feel like they knew what they were doing with the celebrities, including the Stranger Things girl.
Yeah, because
you don't say something like that and then never talk about it again, and never. You know how it is. We're all flat earthers. You don't shut up about it, and the fact that they could say something once and then go and apologize probably publicly later, it's all scripted. It was to me, it was just to get people to go, let's give it a chance. Again, controlled opposition. They have to control it from afar, where it doesn't look like they have anything to do with it. It's just like, let the people research flat earth now.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like she was spitting some truth there. She wasn't exactly going through the curvature formula or anything like that, or we see too far or anything. She's just going, oh, it makes a lot of sense, kind of thing, and there's so much evidence for it. Like, okay, give us some. So that's a good point. I looked at it like that. So yeah, it just encourages people to type flat earth into Google or YouTube, get all the hit piece, and what a fucking idiot. Yeah.
What I want to say to this point, hey, Martin will jump in. I want to say Alex and me giving very full gas in Facebook with Flat Earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
Exciting.
we have Martin here.
Martin.
Flat arms to the maximum.
What up, man?
All flats, guys.
Lot of flat thumbs in this
Yo, yo.
motherfucker. What's up, brother? What's up, my brother?
Yow.
Now it's a party.
Now you have to say
Beautiful
Martin's here?
yow.
Okay, we got a party now.
Hi, Sean.
I definitely got 20 or 30 more minutes now, for sure. 20 to 30.
Right up.
20 to 30.
Yeah,
Thanks,
all
bro.
good.
Yo.
Yeah, man. I've been on fire, man. You're in luck.
Yeah, but you are frozen.
Good to see you
Not
guys.
literally.
No.
He's
Hi,
good.
Lindsay.
He's
Love.
good.
Hi, Manny.
Hi, Martin.
Hi, brother.
Glad you could join us.
Nice to
Hi,
see you.
Frozen.
No,
You were a little bit laggy for a moment.
Oh, a little.
Oh,
Yeah. Now you are frozen, Matt.
Can you believe this? In 2022, still getting laggy video, but in 1969, no problem, man.
No problem.
Oh,
Oh, we lost
probably
him. He'll probably reconnect.
He
He'll
will
probably
jump
reconnect.
in.
Oh, we lost the technology.
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I had to say something to you, Mr. Guru. I wanted to say that, I've never been a fan of country, right? Ever. It hurts me.
Me neither.
Okay, yeah. Respectfully though. So I've heard your stuff. It's good. The lyrics, of course, I'm like, hell yeah. So to me, when I hear it, as much as I'm like, oh God, country, I can respect the lyrics and the passion and the creativity involved in it. So, I'm giving you your props there. I just wish, me personally and others, like, I just wish that you made like a normal song about flat earth just so I could fucking jam do it and
Well,
maybe even put it in the next film. Like, I just country. I put it in the same category as like metal. There's certain things I can't do. I don't know why. I wish.
You don't like rock. You don't like rock or blues.
No. Rock's okay. I mean, like metal, like, whatever you call that. I can't do that. I can't. I'm leaving. I don't know where I am.
So I've done rock. I've done rock, and I've done country. And you basically
maybe a soft rock song, a serious soft rock. I know he's probably like, fuck that. But like a serious, Linkin Park type of rock, like you don't gotta be hip hop or nothing. But I'm saying like just something soft, like but serious, not like emotional, not emotional, but serious.
Like I'll do you a deal. I'll do you a deal right here, right now. If I make a good flat earth, we'll go back and forth with communication and tell me what kind of feel you want, what kind of lyrics. Let's go back and forth with the lyrics. If I make something to your liking, you fussy bastard, then I will put it. Then would you put it in the movie?
Of course I would.
Yeah.
All right, great. Okay. Well, there's right. Okay, what sort of feel then? I mean, because I've done rock, I've done reggae, I've done blues, I've done folk, I've done country. I've covered a lot of ground so far.
Sean, did you know the song "In This Time" from Alex?
Say it again.
"In This Time" from Alex. Do you know his song?
I don't know if I by title. No, I've just heard stuff
Alex,
on YouTube. I don't know the titles.
Bring in the video. It's a 3-minute song.
Yeah, but
this is very cool. This is reggae. And it's very cool.
I like reggae. But I know he knows what I mean in terms of a serious rock feel where it can be an inspirational type of song, like a theme song, like a song, like oh shit, like
if you're looking for that.
Sorry for swearing. I just saw your kid, Lindsay. Sorry. Go ahead.
The comedy stuff, the flat earth man stuff. When I first started doing it, when I don't know if you know the story, but when I first had my awakening to the whole flat earth thing, I didn't want to start making music, like serious music, because I didn't want my family and friends to think I was crazy. So I wanted to hide behind a character. So I created the character, created the voice. That way I could put it on the internet. And if people started pointing their fingers and he's lost his mind, I can always say, well, it's just comedy. It's just satire. Take it for what it is, And most of my family only get it on that superficial level. They just think, oh, Alex is doing a funny voice. He's doing country music. It's, they don't understand it at all on the level that that I've actually made it for. So it was good to do that. So that's the reason why I did one song as a country, and I hit behind this kind of voice like that, and it worked, and it resonated with a lot of people. And then it was a second song, then a third song, and before I know it was a whole album of country music. And I don't even like country music. I'm with you on that. I actually got a little bit of a fondness for country music after I finished the album. Like, I'm not a massive fan of it. My wife is, but I got a little bit of a fondness after actually making music. But I've never listened to country music, never liked it. But it was a genre that was really good for telling a story. Country music is very good for that. So I used that.
And again, I respect that. Like my buddy Tanner Stewart, Flat Earth Millionaire. He's a big country fan. So I'm for whenever I'm in Texas with him, I'm in his truck or whatever, his sports car, and it's country, and I'm like, oh God. I just got, it's like I could deal with anything. It's just I don't know what it is, man.
I hear you. And like when I did the country album, there was no way I was going to do more country music. So I went on. I did a folk song, which was all about chemtrails. I then did a blues song, which was I Told You So, which just lists a bunch of conspiracies. That's probably the second most popular video on my channel. Then did a rock song about Big Pharma, then did reggae. So I'm trying to go through all these different genres using, like, if I'm angry about something, like my song Big Pharma, I was like really angry and I shouted it, and it was that rock genre. But it's a necessary genre to get across that message, just like country was a necessary genre to get across these, because when it's comedy, it travels further. People want to share it if it makes them.
No, I understand. But I mean, I know you understand where I'm coming from in terms of putting a song together for like the film or having
absolutely.
A serious.
If you want to put a song together for the film, and if you want, I mean, as you may have seen, I'm a sort of jack of all trades. I can go between genres, and I can do that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can, man. I could tell by just your setup behind you that you've been doing this for a while. I produce music from the age of, I don't know, I'd say like 13 or 14 all the way to like my mid-20s, maybe early 20s. So I was a producer of music, mostly hip-hop, but some rock bands I used to produce and stuff like that. So for me, it's like, I do have the ear for it. but this is your stuff. This is your stuff. So I have no problem with giving you an idea of like where I'm coming from or like examples, but I still want you. I want you to do it because it's got to be, you know, you got to be all in it and make sure that it's from you, your mind, your brain, your vision. I mean, I can help steer the ship. That's about it.
No, absolutely. If you give me an idea, I mean, I've worked for other people before. Like, for instance, Karen B contacted me and she wanted a theme song for her new podcast. I did the theme music for Crow 777 as well. And they give me a kind of, I said, what do you want? She said, I wanted tribal, I wanted metal, so she really wanted it real kick-ass heavy, like proper, probably you'd hate it, probably. But that was
I'm good with all that.
She wanted. So if you say that I want this to be emotion, I want to have this kind, I want it to be more of a slow rock, or give me some examples, like, because I said to Karen, give me an idea, send me some stuff of what you want it to sound like roughly. So if you do that, send me some stuff like kind of this kind of vibe. I'm very good at emulating and copying stuff with my voice and with instruments. And
cool. Yeah. Cool. Then we'll talk. I'll have Manny. Manny could just give you my email.
Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be a very interesting project, and I'll. Yeah, man, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do something. Just let me know what you're after. You know, let me know exactly what you want, and.
For sure. It's still you know, it's still early. I'm gonna probably start early stages of production for the next film, like within a few months, probably, just to kind of get some ideas.
Well, good. I don't really want to produce a song for you in 2 weeks. I would rather start it in a couple of months and send you something. You go, no, that's shit. Do it more like this, and then send it back. Because that back and forth process can take months and months.
Oh man, I'm not gonna do a back and forth. You're a professional, bro. You're not some silly kid that's trying to put something together. You're a professional.
You'll be surprised once I send you a piece of music. You'll be like, I like it, but I just want to tweak this. And no, maybe you can say this a little bit different. And then you'll send it back to me, and then do you know what I mean?
Man, I'm the type person, man. I just go with the flow. So even if you sent something that was like, to me, 90% done, and I just needed a little bit of different drums at the end or something, like, you're off the hook to me. I'll just send that shit to ODD TV, and he'll just put his little piece of the pie at the end or something. If it was needed, I'm saying, but it's just the point to get the sound. But I know you could pull it off, bro. I ain't worried about that. It's just cool that you're able to switch gears and make it kind of a different genre. And again, I'm not trying, like, all the country fans of the world are like, fuck you, you know. It's like, no, I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm not a big fan. That's all. I'm not a big fan. And you know, there's a lot of people, like, I like hip hop. A lot of people hate hip hop, and I don't care if they hate it. I'm like, yeah, I understand. Every time they're like, I hate hip hop, I'm like, no, I understand. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but you know, it's a personal thing. I grew up with it, so
I get it. I try and love it all if I can. I think if it was quite a challenge for me to hate country music and then release a country album, imagine doing that. Right?
That's hilarious. I didn't know you hated it. That's hilarious. Martin, you're back. You're back, brother. Martin, you're not blurry. You're not. Everything's good. You look solid.
Yeah,
I
cleared my
cache.
Hey. Yeah, I clogged it up with my mining operation. My cache.
It's all good.
So I knew exactly how to fix it.
What's new, brother?
My life is weird.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Tell us more.
No,
here we go. Let's see what happened this week.
Every week, every day is a new day. That's all I can say.
Yeah, tomorrow we have a flatter day with Martin.
Yeah, flatter day is on. Yeah. Can't wait.
Very cool.
Excited.
And Alex, I always told you I will bring you to Sean. You told me Sean is a legend, Alex.
A legend.
I'm a legend. Thank you. Hey, I'll take it.
A legend.
I'll take it.
Pull the other one.
Yeah, Alex, you showed me this one time.
Pull the other one.
Flat legs. Flat legs.
Flat legs.
No.
Country music's not all that bad. I quite like it.
Flat legs. Oh shit, he's okay.
Yeah, maybe Sean will make a video of this.
Sean is a legend. Absolutely is a legend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Am I a legend?
Yeah, you too, Martin.
OG.
Thanks, man.
Martin, you already know you are. You don't need to.
Legend. You know, when I guess like an award, will it be a legend? A foot.
Sorry.
Martin, how was that conference in Birmingham?
Sorry?
How was that conference in Birmingham?
Yeah, it was cool. It was all right. It was, it was good time, good memories. just over with in a flash, to be honest with you. It always is. All of this stuff happens in a flash, and then it's all over with, and you're really high with all the excitement, and then all of a sudden it's all over with, and then you're like, fuck me, what do I do now to be on par with that excitement? So
you have to do 3-day events so that you keep that high for 3 days.
Yeah, well, a week later I shot off to the Czech Republic, but I'm just saying, like, the high on these events and all, you know, have always been like, everyone's on the same vibration, and they just had 2 years locked in. Some people haven't spoken to anybody in 2 years. Wow. You know, yeah. So that, you know, it's we need more. There's one coming up now in the end of the month in London. Last Sunday, our traditional we used to have in Speaker's Corner in London, Flat Earth Meet, organised by my brother Dave Mantle, and should be a lot of the old school flat earthers attending. I'll try to do myself if I'm about.
I mean, that means that Dave Murphy will be there for sure. Then.
Yeah, for sure. But Roxanne and all the guys.
So Dave Mantle's in the UK now?
Yeah. He came home, and then he went straight to Liverpool. So he done
He
it
gets
like
around, doesn't he? Bloody hell.
Mate, I was thinking about that the other day, actually. I was thinking about, he's never settled. He's never got a home or any security with his lovely little family. And he just like sort of relies on the community and the love and all
He's
of
a
that.
nomad.
He's a nomad, but it's like, I think that he deserves everything special because his mission, wherever he goes in the world, he just turns into his mission. He just come back from Durban. And his mission there was to just like talk to the homeless people, and he put himself in danger as well. The guy is an absolute saint. But he keeps getting displaced and evicted and stuff. So is the nature of a real truther.
Yeah.
And he's just moved off to Norwich. So I don't know. He's got somewhere to live there now. So I hope he finds some security. But like you said, he's a nomad. He wouldn't stay. He'd get itchy feet, and he doesn't wear shoes anyway.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. I like it. No, I met him in Alicante. He was, where was he? Benidorm. I met him.
Yeah. I remember when you came with Lisa and you've done the yeah, man, that was the best song ever. I had shivers listening to that.
Great. Yeah, that was really nice.
Valerie.
That was it. Yeah. She's a lovely woman as well. She's really good.
This is a close friend. She's one of my crew, one of my buddies. I see her all the time. Where I cooked up with her down in Glastonbury. Anytime that all of the gang get together, you know, she's part of the family, the British half of the family.
Yeah, it's so, really they're the on the front lines, aren't they? Literally.
She's a top warrior. Lisa, listen, she gives all her day up to truth. She wakes up in the morning. First thing she thinks about is truth.
Yeah.
She does street art because, you know, she's a really talented artist as well as a musician, and she just does like truths, deep truths on street art at Glastonbury, and her whole life is just devoted. You know, I've tipped my cap to her a few times, you know, in Facebook and that, and said like, Lisa, I got to give it to you, love. You know, you're a fucking proper fucking soldier for God. You know, I'm really proud of you, basically. So yeah, there's loads of them like that. These women in this movement are really like devoted to truth. You got to give it to them, guys.
Yeah, we need more. We need a lot more than that. I love that sort of passion. I love that waking up and just that's what she lives for, isn't it? And you can, like you say, you can only respect that.
Yeah, other women will just waste their lives thinking total crap about nonsensical rubbish that means nothing about anything.
So you know,
what do you mean? The Kardashians? That's important.
That is a prime example. Yeah, that.
Yeah, it sounds like all my exes.
Now they got the Kardashians promoting the Beyond Burger. So if you're vegan, I don't eat meat, but if you are vegan or no vegans, tell them I wouldn't eat that Beyond shit anymore. The Kardashians are pushing it. Stay away.
Yeah, man. I love Kate Bush, by the way. I literally love Kate Bush. I proper love her.
I'll sing some Kate Bush. Well, I sang some earlier.
Wuthering Heights, because I heard
I was singing Wuthering Heights earlier.
My favorite song by Kate Bush, right, is the one about 4 angels. Called for fuck's sake, it's on the Red Shoes album.
You guys are gonna hate me. I never heard
Lily.
Of her.
Oh, Lily, I don't feel. I feel life has blown a big wide hole through me.
You'll probably fucking hate it, Sean.
Huh?
Sean, you probably Her song "Running Up That Hill" is currently #1 on the charts.
Yeah, thanks.
That's
to
probably
the-
why I don't know it.
Thanks to the Jubilee.
No,
the
it like
Costa,
it's from
that's what
19.
made
No.
it.
I'm not saying it's not good. I mean, it's probably awesome.
It's fantastic.
I haven't listened to new.
The placebo
music
version
and
is
I
a
don't
lot
even know.
better. Listen to
Yeah.
placebo's version. That's fantastic version. That is.
It's the one.
Yeah.
It's the one. It's like, be running up that road, be running up that hill,
And do a
be
deal with
running up
God.
that building.
How do you
Yeah.
do a deal with
Come
God?
on,
How's that
baby.
done?
Come on,
Deal
darling.
with God. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Which God are you on about?
Places.
Do you know how she came?
Yeah.
became
He
famous?
says, let me tell. She says, let me tell you about the deal I'm making with
Yeah.
God.
Do you know what? Well, she tells you in the Red Shoes.
Which God?
Listen, right? This is how she got famous. Her father was friends with Peter Gabriel from Pink Floyd. He goes to the house to visit him, sees this child prodigy on the piano singing and playing fantastically, like at 14. He was like, "You're getting in the recording studio." She was like just 17 or something when she did Wuthering Heights. She was young.
Hmm.
Time she got a babushka, she was like 20 odd. She was only young then. She's still around now. She's still touring. It's still fab. But she is like,
she's controlled opposition.
mate, I've got to vet all my music, but I do pick them apart for what they know, which is seemingly a lot. I don't think any of them have actually wrote their lyrics, you know, Alex, because they all have the same important message underlying in them. I used to think certain songs were about love stories, but then you turn into the bigger context and the bigger picture, and they're telling you exactly what's going on in this place, you know, in this song. You know, like Under Pressure, for example, Queen, songs like that. Or Talking Heads. Yeah, nearly all of their songs tell you of the reset system. And yeah, and Flat Earthers. I really do. Waters Above, Waters Below on and you may find yourself living in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. That song by the Talking Heads.
And you may ask yourself,
how did I get here?
How did I get here?
And you've just arrived. And it's like,
by.
yeah. And when the money's all gone.
No, I'm here.
Money.
Not
Where'd
you,
you go,
not
Manny?
you, Manuel.
Where do you Emmanuel?
I only smoked a cigarette.
I seen you meme today, and there was a guy saying the Earth is flat, and a woman going, "How do you know?" And he answers, "Well, because it's basically flat."
Because of how flat it is.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good answer, though. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
it's flat. So it's like, what do you mean?
Well, it's flat.
What else? What else is
Really?
it? Please show me what else it is, and
Yeah.
I'll get back to you with your cartoons.
Yeah, where's this ball happening? I've not seen it yet.
I love how they love their little fisheye lens NASA screenshots when they're doing fisheye with the clouds and everything up there. It's like,
They
well,
wanna
this
link to
one's
it.
not a cartoon. I'm like, do you know what it is? So it's a fisheye lens. Oh yeah, that's what you guys always say. I'm like, that's what it is. What do you mean? It's like, no one's saying anything.
No, I
That's what it is. It's not a theory. That's what they're using. And a
Yeah,
lot of
man.
people
One
don't
is
even know that
concave,
those
one is
came out.
convex.
Those came out in 1923. So like people are like, oh, they didn't use fisheye back then. Like, yeah, they used it in the 20s. I'm not saying they used them in the 20s. There was no bullshit space shit in the 20s, but they had the technology. So I think once they started, I don't know if it was designed for that reason, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. They had it all the way back then, man. It's like there's something about the 20s that pisses me off so much that I just want to go back to 1919 and wreck house. Because it's like 1920 starts and it's just like,
oh, that's not
all
a good
this shit
year.
starts
They had a
changing.
pandemic. You don't want to go in 1919. The First World War's just ended. The whole world's in poverty, and they just had a pandemic. You want to go to around 1923, yeah, when it all starts kicking off the
They
rolling.
started
20s.
messing around with the frequency of music in the 1920s as well.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I mean. The
prohibition.
20s, to me, the 20s is just one of the worst shifts of everything that started. I mean, for God's sakes, the Big Bang Theory started in the 20s. Everything started in the 20s. All this stuff is boom, it's right there. Followed by, you know, Walt Disney and his crew to pre-program everybody and before NASA started. So it's like they had this layout of what they were going to do and they fucking did it. And it worked for the most part, but you know, we're here to make sure that people are reminded that they are under a fucking trance. What, Manny?
Yeah, look at the comment, brother.
Oh, we
need a World Economic Forum film
Yeah, I'm working on one right now. So
I know.
on Rockfin, I'm working on one right now. So obviously, the YouTube people, if they look and go, well, why would you not on YouTube? I can't release that type of video on your little YouTube shit.
Yeah.
Sorry. Stop.
you-
I get emails all the time like, why don't you put your pandemic series on YouTube? I'm like, it would last 3 minutes and I'd be gone forever. What do you think?
Yeah.
You think I'm a, it's like
You know, my Truth Seeker 3 channel is the hardcore channel from me. I bring every hard stuff in there. Martin last time showed when you flat smacked Alex Jones with
yeah.
Bravo. Yeah, that was very nice, Martin. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I nicked it off your channel, Manny. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Oh, here we've got a couple of song requests for a song. Alex,
let's hear it.
Alex. Oh, you're gonna sing? Sorry, Martin.
Yeah, I want to go back in singer. Like, I want to do WAP.
Not
Yeah,
me.
I'll
I'm
be all
terrible. I
free.
can't sing for shit.
Whoa.
Oh, welcome to the satellite.
What about "Don't Let Him Take Your Mind"? Hmm?
I don't want to play any country music now because Sean's here and he fucking hates it.
That's not country. That's blues.
No, dude, don't, you can still play it. I'm not gonna.
Give me a complex now, bro. I'm not
gonna sign off.
I just had a meeting with Sean and he fucking hates country music. Facebook. That'll be my next Twitter.
Martin, are you a country fan?
I only know the one song. Don't break my heart.
You only know one country
I don't
song.
know anymore.
Well, then there you go.
Oh,
So no, he doesn't like
Dolly
country.
Parton. Yeah, 9 till 5. But that's not very country and western, is it? Yeah.
It is
I
an
don't mind
awful
it,
genre. It is an awful genre. It is, but it was a necessary one. There you go, and I'm sticking to it.
Hey man, there is no flat Earth country stuff I've ever seen in my
No
life
country
besides
on
him.
flat
So
Earth.
that's good. You have to have the like. Think about hip hop, flat Earth. Well,
no,
ODD
hip-hop's
TV, ODD
satanic.
TV exists.
No. Hip hop's a satanic culture.
Yeah, I understand. Oh, no, you're missing my point though, Martin. That if at least we have a country guru out there doing it for the
We have
country
half
folks,
country, half rap.
and then we got what
Right.
I'm saying though with pure hip hop, and then we got ODD TV that's been doing it for years.
Yeah.
So we need a rock. Do we have a rock guy like pure rock in these flat Earth and truth music?
Me.
So
I've done
Oh,
a
yeah?
lot.
there you go.
Me,
I
I'm
think-
proper heavy metal. I'm
Alex-
heavy metal
Alex can
and I'm
make-
Bob Marley all at the same time.
Man,
I'm heavy
you're gonna do
and
this
mad.
my other genre I can't stand. You guys, thank you guys. Metal and it's gonna be metal and country. I'm still gonna be only jamming the ODD. I appreciate it, guys.
Well, that happened to
Dang.
Aerosmith and Run DMC, and that video is like ballistic.
It is now my mission to make a song that Sean goes, "Fuck, dude, that was awesome. It was right up my street." That's my mission. now, bro.
Don't listen, man. You make great music. Like I said, the first thing I said, if you could rewind this shit, is that I don't like country, but I've heard your stuff and it's good. I like the lyrics. It's very professional and I respect it. So I'm not hating on it at all.
No, I
Some of
know.
it's lovely. Some of it. is
Yeah, I'm not
moving.
hating on it at all. It's just, again, at least from another well, you don't like country either, Alex, but
No,
it's just
not
a
really.
point
I mean-
for the audience. Like everybody knows someone that hates rap. I always pick on rap because it's the easiest one. Everybody knows one. Oh my god, I hate rap. Oh, it's the worst.
Ew.
It's the
That's-
same thing though.
that's
It's the
ignorant.
same thing. I understand. It's the same. It's the
Rang
same
dang
thing though. It's like
dang.
I'm not gonna. They're never gonna like ODD at that point, right? That's
No,
just
they
never
just-
gonna happen. They can't stand rap, but they could still be like, oh, I respect his mission. And
Oh,
his
I'd love
lyrics.
it if it was ODD doing it.
Yeah, ODD.
Because it
He's
would be
been
true
working
for
on some
you.
new stuff. I've heard. Oof. Oh, I just can't wait for it to come out. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Like, oof.
A good song can create new fans regardless of the genre. I'm a fan of Tom McDonald too. I don't know if you know Tom McDonald. He's a little bit. Do you
I've
know?
never heard of him.
I
Oh,
like the
really?
Beastie Boys.
Oh yeah, he does some good stuff. I mean, there's some wildly satanic imagery of him in his younger days, but so you people
right.
use that and maybe take that out of context and say that he's sold to the system. But every lyric that he speaks in his rap music seems to be absolutely incredible. His last song was "The System." You go listen to that; it was just amazing, word for word for word. So again, it doesn't seem to be signed to any major label. Great, seems to be saying all the right things. Great. I'd just say keep an eye on him. That's what I'm saying.
Because the face tattoos.
No, not because of the face. I don't know how an independent artist can get so far on YouTube, millions and millions of views. I mean, how do I do that? How can I do that? Is my music not as good as his? I don't know. Maybe it's a more popular genre. Maybe I don't know. But I don't know. How can I get that?
It is a more popular genre, in my opinion, when it comes to YouTube or Spotify or something like that. Like for me, in my opinion, country overall is they're neck and neck, or maybe even higher. But in terms of YouTube and people looking on YouTube for new music videos, I feel like the hip hop and R&B scene have always been top. Where that's where people go to find new music or new artists. And I don't know who this guy even is, but you know, if
he's saying all the right things, he's very good. He's very talented.
If he's doing really well, yeah. Again, like you said, just keep an eye on him, because at any given point, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's hard to come to the realization that something can get 5-10 million views on YouTube, and that they allow that if he's not a part of something. You know, it's hard for me to believe that, but maybe it's possible. I hope it's possible.
Yeah, Tom McDonald, he still feeds into a little bit of that American patriotism stuff, which is fine if that means that you're taking care of your community and and for freedom and stuff. But
if he chucks a few globes in there, they'll push him no end.
Oh yeah. That's why I like said keep an eye on him. We're gonna see the next video or the next video. We're gonna.
Is the next one gonna be him in space?
Exactly.
They do it with bands. Yeah. Look at Jamiroquai. You know, although some of his songs I think are borderline flat Earth, but like he always pushes like space stuff, Cosmic Girl and all that in their videos, and they've been pushed really big by the establishment.
There's always a space theme, isn't there? Like Rocket Man and Starman, and you know. There's always got to be one from every major artist. There's got to be some kind of space. They've got to become some kind of space like
even Oasis. They did it.
And on my way to Mars on a collision course. I am a satellite. Oh fuck off!
Don't Elton John me, man. Don't do that again.
That was Queen. I think,
hey, there was a couple music
as well.
There was a couple music. Sorry, there was a couple music videos. I know we were talking about Michael Jackson earlier. And there's flat Earth references in the video. I bet you guys don't remember that. I mean, if you remember the end of the black or white video when he was on the Statue of Liberty, behind him, it was like the Simpsons shit, where all the major cities of the world were flat on the flat plane. And he had all the major cities of the world on the flat plane and then a flat horizon. Also in that video, in the beginning of that video, when the actor from Cheers, he goes up in the chair and he flies. Yeah. They go up with it looks like a I'm assuming a hot air balloon, a drone or something, and it goes up and it stays flat the whole time. You see a local moon. It's the moon. It was a full moon. You see the local moon. It's a real high shot and it's a flat horizon. And I've seen it many, many times with MJ. So just saying. I've seen a lot of symbology, flat Earth, whether that's controlled or not. I have no idea. But even on his Dangerous album, the cover, the globe's upside. The globe, isn't it? The globe's upside down. The globe is upside down, and it's connected to something about I have to look at it again, but a lot of symbology there. I don't know if you guys know any other popular artists that have done that.
Eurythmics. They definitely knew.
Oh yeah.
On Sweet Dreams, Sweet Dreams are made of this.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true, Matt. Yeah. And Sean, if Alex, can you take your guitar, please? And just a little 1 minute. For 1 minute, take your guitar and listen to it, Sean. Alex playing so beautiful when we're going live today.
Something about the space station. It's only really there in your imagination. That thing ain't real, it's science fiction. It's there to feed your space addiction. Astronauts are not in space. It's written all over their stupid face. See, I can spot a liar from 100 miles. I can spot a fraud from the way they smile. Didn't you learn nothing from the fake moon mission? That puppet show from President Nixon. Well, listen up, they're doing it again, it seems. Check out the harnesses and green screens. I used to work a lot in film and TV. I know a bit about the television trickery to create the illusion that you're somewhere that you're not. Well, a green screen is what you're gonna use a lot. And if you wear a harness and attach it to the ceiling, the illusion that you're floating is what they'll be believing. All you're watching is a puppet show. Yeah, the whole world's a stage. Astronauts, they're actors, of course, and yeah, they all get paid. Look at me, Ma, I'm floating in space. No, you're not. You're lying to the whole human race, man.
There you go. That's 1 minute, right?
Woo!
Thank you, brother.
Wow,
Flat thumbs
that was
to you.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Flatastic. I like the acoustic version better.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're already primed for rap. It's the natural progression, Alex.
I want to do rap. Of course, I won't do it seriously. I don't take myself seriously at all as any kind of country rap genre, rock, blues. I'm just having fun with it, you know. So if I do a rap song, which I really, really want to do, I've been threatening to do it for a long time. I of course will do it tongue in cheek, comedically. You know, the big baggy pants or halfway down my ass, like, and the you know, and all the jewelry and the teeth, the gold teeth. I'll probably do something comedic like that, you know. I don't know, because I think doing it with a bit of humor and satire and comedy in it, it travels further. I want to make people laugh as well as inform them and just evoke a bit of critical thought. I find that with humor, it travels further. Than I've done some serious stuff, and it doesn't seem to travel that
Makes
far.
people remember. Humor.
That's all right. We'll you do one more serious song and put it in my hands. I'll make sure it gets out there and it's a impact. You know, so don't worry. You always do what you're doing, but when we work on this, get this song for the film and shit, and it's serious, and you know, I'm gonna be hoping just like you are that it blows up. So.
I hope so. I mean, if we can do something together where I'm almost creating something like a film score, that really and that kind of, if that's what you're looking for, then that'll be a hell of a project, and I'd love to get involved in something like that. Like I don't know, I'm not talking sort of like a James Bond theme, but maybe you want that kind of that real emotional. I don't know, man. It'd be interesting to go back and forth and see what's in your mind and see, you know, just to see what we're both really thinking of here. But something big and epic would be really, really fucking cool, you know.
Yeah, man. I'm all about that. Music's very powerful. I mean, it could be a song that wakes somebody up and then they're like, what song is this from? And then they go see the film, right? So it could work both ways, where they just hear the song in a meme video or something floating around social media, and they're like, God, this song is phenomenal. And where's this song from? And then they go watch the third level. And you know, get woken up even more. So I'd like to make it so it's either the song for the credits or a part of the actual film where you know, at least I could play at least a verse and the chorus before it transitions back to the documentary, where then the full song would be repeated at the very end of the film again. You know, so it gets more exposure.
Yeah, you're going for more of a movie kind of touch, because like using James Bond as an example, they will use segments or slightly instrumental alternate versions throughout certain scenes. So, you know, if you know, they will use the same chord structure in an emotional scene, but they will play it in more of an emotional chord structure or use strings, you know. So they will use the same song, but they will use different sort of ways of expressing that song and then play the theme song at the end. So
yeah, TV shows do that a lot too. Like when they come back from a scene, then it's like supposed to be a commercial, and then it comes back as doom 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 doom. It's like you know, the show's back. So
exactly. It's got a familiar chord structure or familiar instrument that you just are aware. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, it'd be great, man. It'd be really interesting to.
Yeah, we'll get in contact, man. Again, I'm
Sure.
My brain's still fried from this last film, so but sooner than later, I'm gonna be working on the World Economic Forum one for my Rockfin audience, and then I want to start talking to Martin John Levy and a couple others, and trying to figure out a Tartaria one. The Tartaria film that I want to do, to me, it's going to take a year or two, man. I'm not going to rush that one. It's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and I can't do that and the next level.
Well,
There's just no. Yeah, that's what I mean. But at the same time, who knows what's going to be discovered in the Tartaria field?
That's what I'm saying.
By the time, or even flat Earth, same thing. That's why I told people earlier. You got an experiment. You got something crazy that's actually achievable. Just email me, and we'll go get the experiment filmed and put it in the film so millions of people could see it.
I might be onto something. I posted on my community page because I've been intrigued about whether or not there was icebergs, because I was thinking like the Titanic might be just like to sort of solidify the myth maybe of an iceberg. So I put on my community page, and I had a lot of people saying that they've either family members have seen them or that they've seen them. It was like, and somebody even said that they were towed one into New York Harbor. My comments. So like, okay, so they exist in the north, but that doesn't like explain why they're made of fresh water. Well, I don't think they're glacial carvings. So where the fuck did they come from?
Exactly.
So the question I was getting at, not that anyone's noticed, I put a new post out last night asking, okay, has anyone seen one in the Southern Ocean or the Southern Hemisphere?
Yeah.
And I'm not having any reports of any yet. So I'm just wondering, because, you know, I can't imagine anybody ever seeing an iceberg in any Southern Ocean. You know, you ever see any Southern Ocean films, it's always warm. Nobody seems to go further south than the 60th, where all the ice packs and all of these icebergs are supposed to be. And they're supposed to be fresh water as well, which is another big question. That could be something to do with the mechanism of this place. If they're all floating down from the north, in the north, then, and there's none in the south, then that could be like maybe a super freezing byproduct of the mechanism in the center or something.
It's very possible. That's a good analogy. I've never heard that.
Well, I know, because I only just thought of it, really.
Yeah, I just thought of it last night.
Last night, yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing. That's a question. Interesting. Yeah.
So I think I'm onto something.
You're always onto something. You're always onto something. That's why you never take your foot off the gas pedal, brother. You're always onto something, and you do a good job at finding those things and showing the rest of us what those things are and how you came to those conclusions.
I asked my spirit to show me, and then it just does. But I got to put the work in and the effort. You know, it's just
you can't get results without that. That's for damn sure.
No,
that's for damn sure. You got to put the time in, and you've always put so much time into this topic.
It's a lot of reading.
I could never do a Tartaria film without you. There's just no way. It just wouldn't. There's just no way.
Yes.
There's just no way. By the time I'll just come out to England at that point. So,
Sean, have you heard of a guy by the name of Andreas Zertus?
Oh, I know Andreas. Yeah, he's wicked.
Yeah, I've hung out with him a couple of times. He's with his Tartarian research. He is an encyclopedia. So super smart guy. So if you guys collaborate together, then that would be incredible.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. I wanted to try to put something together.
He has got some crazy ideas, that might get us in trouble. You know, like Bigfoot Gate and stuff like that.
What's Bigfoot Gate? What's Bigfoot Gate?
I don't know. I just made that up as well.
He's got tons of crazy ideas. He's way out there, but there's
he knows. So you're saying that he knows Sasquatch is real. That's what you're saying.
I never mentioned Sasquatch.
Oh, you said,
but
I
never
another name.
Said that, but he's got like some ideas that are. He's a bit on the. He talks about some mainstream stuff. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'd like to know how Sasquatch could be related in any sense. Tied into the flat Earth or even Tartaria or anything. I mean, can Sasquatch be related at all? Because I know that they've been covering that up forever. That's
I think there's other shit in you with us. Like, well, until I was a small child, I was seeing things that you could only call goblins. Yeah, so I know there's other stuff in you with us, and like they could be like just dimensional. You know, maybe they just show up at certain times places where the veil is thin.
What if they're more advanced? What if they're way more advanced? Because I don't think there's just one Sasquatch. I think they could.
All cultures talked about them way back. I've got pictures of Sasquatches in Middle Ages books. They're all over Asia. They're the Yeti.
If there's this kind of consciousness being that's living out in the woods or in the jungle, completely self-sufficient, I would label that as more advanced than humans, because humans aren't self-sufficient.
Yeah, well, Martin, I might be wrong. Back me up if let me know if I'm wrong. But I thought all ancient civilizations said that they were telepathic.
Oh, sure, for sure, 100%.
Yeah.
And these Yetis are like you mentioned, right? That you thought someone was communicating with you in your Brian, in your mind. Yeah, well, I get that anyway. Like of people, I read people's minds. People read my mind. Certain people too. It's like, how did you even do that? Then stop that. But yeah, I reckon that would be definitely what they would do if they look. People say like, oh, they may not exist because not that many people see them, and there should be more evidence. No, not really. Yeah, if they like, know what people are like and they keep away, there's some animals and mammals people don't even set eyes on, like white leopards, for example, stuff like that.
Good point.
Yeah,
Good
so
point. And that's why there's not a bunch of white leopards in zoos. You know why? They're hard to capture. They're hard to capture.
Yeah,
and find, but there's animals that are hard to capture naturally. And if you do the research on Sasquatch and what's been said consistently, this is consistent eyewitness testimony. This isn't just a few.
This is not new. This is
this isn't new either.
Yeah,
you get, but it's the consistency. Is my point. Is it's the same smells, it's the same sounds that these people reported. It's the same motions. It's the same this, same that, same beds. And again, when according to RV Truth, I'm a shill. Because
I've seen it.
Yeah, you saw that shit. I'm a shield just
yeah.
because I mentioned my Sasquatch, but it's real. I was at Tanner's house in his backyard. His backyard's like 3 blocks long, and it goes right into a deep forest, okay, in Texas. And the first time I met him years ago, he was very. I'm gonna do the very short version of this, but he told me, he goes, I don't know how to tell you this, but I don't, it's like he didn't know how to say it, and he finally told me Sasquatch, and I'm like. Of course, in my head, I'm like, oh, God, man. I'm like, oh, man. And I'm like, be nice. And I'm like, yeah, no, who knows? Who knows? And I'm just like, geez. And then, but guess what? Shit, he proved it. And he goes, let's put this bonfire and wait a little bit. We're going to hear some shit and see some shit. I'm like, yeah, okay. And sure enough, I experienced exactly and this was after the fact when I read all these consistent eyewitness testimonies. I experienced the same thing as them. The sounds, the motions, the energy doesn't fucking lie. I don't care who you are. Energy does not lie, and they can get in your head and you hear it's like it's unexplainable until you're going through it. So I get why people are like, oh God, you shouldn't talk about that. Being a flat earth film producer, you're going to make everything look bad. I'm like, what doesn't make things look bad to me? The fucking truth. So I'm always going to tell the truth. I don't care if you think it's unpopular.
You talk about ghosts, you can talk about absolutely anything you want to talk about, because at the end of the day, nobody knows anything about anything, really. That's what I think. Yeah.
And all I know, Martin, is that whatever I heard, and whatever the smells of it, when we went in there the next day during the day, we took his side-by-side through where all those sounds were coming from so he could prove some shit to me. And I'm like, I need some more evidence. That was crazy last night, what I heard and the feeling, but I need some more. So we went in there and you got these logs that are snapped in half by hand. Everyone in this chat couldn't break these by hand. All of us together. These are thick logs. They just snap them in half, make little sections where they're trying to block it off so no one can come in. And then the same things are snapped in half with these giant beds that they lay in. You go by the beds, it smells like sulfur and death.
How old are they? How big would they be?
Dude, I don't see that. That's something I don't want to speculate. I would by the size of the bed I saw at least 10 feet. Again, I don't know. Maybe they like a big bed. I don't know. But there was multiple beds. The smell doesn't lie. There was times where his dog disappeared for almost a day or two. Comes back, smells like them. It's the same smell as where the beds were. That death sulfur smell. So it's like, oh no, I didn't see anything with my eyes. I saw some shit moving in the background when we were doing the bonfire a couple times. But I am the type of person that I need firsthand knowledge, I need to see some shit. But since it's been reported multiple times, it's going to be one of the hardest things in the world is to actually make eye contact with these creatures. That's how smart they are. Apparently, they're not going to be forced in a position like that. They're very safe. Even the younger ones, they like to jump around and stuff. So I've read, but it's one of those things where if it's true in any sense, then we should be seeing what the heck is going on with them. Why have they been covered up? Can this help the flat earth? I think it can, in a sense. There's got to be a tie-ins with living in this realm that we live in, this flat plane, the history of Tartaria, everything involved with, you know, the truth that we're all uncovering for years now, to leave them out is ridiculous to me. That's what they want you to leave them out.
Maybe
I
they
feel like,
watch us. They watch us.
who knows? That's my
Yeah,
point.
I think
Who
so.
knows?
I think so, Martin.
Guardians.
Yeah.
I really like the
definitely.
idea of the dog going off with the Bigfoots
Dating
for a
them.
day and, you know, just getting petted and stuff. That was probably awesome. But why do they smell like sulfur and death? Shouldn't they just smell like?
All
It smells bad.
That.
It's a weird. It's a
Sulfur,
smell
huh?
I've never smelled.
Hey,
It's
maybe
like,
they eat a lot of eggs. You know?
yeah, who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I'll just guess that they're not carnivores, because they, in my
They're
opinion, they
foragers.
would have shred his
Foragers,
dog into pieces.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Why
but,
shred when you can cuddle?
Yeah, that's a good point. But again, you know, it's hard to talk about something that I didn't see, but it's again, when you go through the same experience originally, and then you read the it's not like I read the testimonies first and I pre-brainwashed myself. I didn't even know about the shit. And I experienced it and then read all these testimonies newspaper articles. I got the subscription to this newspaper article thing from the Next Level. I had to pay for the whole freaking year. I want to say how much it was, but I needed some articles on more land, and I found a few. And then the Globe was being pushed on everybody after Rockefeller took over and everything like that. So I needed some real newspapers articles, and there's so many on Sasquatch. It's the same story. It's always 95% similar. And I don't know what you guys feel about the Mandela effect, or if it's just some pop culture bullshit. But just for fun, on the newspaper thing, I said, let me type in Looney Tunes with motherfucking TOONS, because I remember it that way. I don't get a part of this whole conspiracy thing really, but I'm like, just let me see. Let me type it in, right?
Dolly definitely.
There's thousands of articles saying Looney Tunes, TOONS. Then I went as far as typing in Luke, I'm your father, and thousands of newspaper articles quoting the film saying Luke, I'm your father, and I found zero saying no, I'm your father. So I started kind of freaking myself out with that a couple of nights back, and I went down the rabbit hole, and I quickly just jumped on a ladder and jumped out, and then went to bed, and I left it alone. But for anybody involved in that shit or want to know about it, just you could find these newspapers that it's weird. Even Oscar, I did a few. I did Oscar Mayer, thousands of articles with the Meyer spelling. Even Oscar Mayer, I think there was one that says Oscar Mayer passes away. Are you gonna misspell his fucking name? You know how many people will be fired for terrible misprints? I mean, there's so many. And that I don't know what you guys feel about that topic, but it kind of freaked me out, so I left it alone.
I think Dolly definitely had braces. And it doesn't make any
I've heard
sense
that.
I've heard that either, because it'd be totally out of context. I remember he smiles at her jaws with his big steel teeth, and she smiles at him back with her steel teeth. And then
that's a false memory, Martin. You're just a weirdo.
What? So what is it now?
Why did I make fun of Luke? Why did I make fun of a guy named Luke for years in school if that never happened? I would have did the same thing to Matt or Bill. Only Luke, we would say, I'm your father. So it's just these things don't add up. Maybe CERN's involved. I don't know. I don't know how big this is, but.
So have you heard about the one with Joel Osteen, and now it's Joel Osteen?
Yeah.
No, I heard things like that. I don't understand the names. Like, so they went back in time and then went in the doctor's office. It was like, change his fucking name. So I don't get that, or how that is manipulated.
Jason Stratham as well. It was Stratham, like the District of London. Now it's Statham. Jason Stratham. So it's like either they're changing it by default.
Sean Berenstain or Berenstein. I always said Berenstein Bears.
The whole Dolly thing on the Bond movie. I think it was Moonraker, maybe it was.
Yeah, Moonraker.
And the evil character in that, I think they used to call him Jaws, and he had these big, like gold teeth, and he had like horrible teeth. And there's a scene in the movie where he finds his love. And does he hold her in his arms or something?
Dolly, on the train,
He looks up at him, she smiles, and she's got all these braces, these terrible teeth as well, and he falls in love with her. That's the whole point of the scene. The whole point is that he
it never happened, guys. You guys are all weirdos.
You're
full
dread that one.
She has no braces. She has no braces, just perfect teeth.
It was in the last realm, but not this one. in this realm,
Weird. It's
she
weird.
doesn't wear braces.
And
Wait, so
Lindsay,
she-
to answer your question, Bernstein Bears. I said Bernstein Bears my whole life.
Okay, but
So,
Steen and not Stain. Definitely not Stain.
I remember Stain, but for some reason the
we said Stein, but
like I'll take this.
Bernstein, that
I'll
sounds
take
rude.
this. I'll take this to my grave. No one's gonna tell me about a stupid false memory. I used to, when I was dragged into Bible study every Friday as a kid,
Yeah.
Friday and Saturday, I was a kid, so I would my mom would just let me draw, like draw pictures. I used to like coloring and stuff, and I would always draw Looney Tunes with TONS because I'd put eyeballs in them and draw Taz over it and bugs, and it's always been tunes. And because it's a fucking cartoon, but then iTunes comes out.
Exactly. It's a fucking document.
Yeah.
iTunes comes out, and all of a sudden it's like it never existed. So it's just weird, man. It's like it's one of those things where it's like I can't prove anything besides my own mind, but that's why I looked it up in these newspapers, and that just wanted to kick me and just do a dive back in the hole when I did these paper searches, man. You couldn't even name something that you couldn't type in this newspaper and see plenty of evidence of. Even life is like a box of chocolates. Again, you got thousands of people misprinting the quote. How can everybody misprint the quote and then we all remember it that way, but we're all just a bunch of weirdos? And
Magic mirror on the wall.
yeah, magic
Another one.
again.
I just looked
That's
at it
another
now.
one. Mirror on the wall is quoted
Bullshit.
in
We all
newspapers.
know that one. That's just given. I'm just looking at that Looney Tunes. Now, I've always thought it was tunes. Now it's tunes. But have you noticed, if you have a look on Google, it's a sort of wormhole that they're standing in front of. Like a
Really?
portal.
Yeah.
Have a look. And it goes in like that.
So what do you guys
also-
think this is then? I mean,
sorry.
nobody
also can-
knows. But
Well, I
You
think I
also
don't think we're in the
can
same
ask
realm.
Theory.
I think we shifted it through our consciousness awakening, and I think that it's us that is
Spieglein-
doing it. I
Spieglein
think
on
all
the
that's
wand.
happening is us. There's changes in the Holy Bible. The Lord's Prayer is completely different.
who's this, Manny?
You can ask Siri, Spieglein an der Wand. And normally she says, is it you, Schneewittchen? Schneewittchen, is it you? Do you know Snow White? Snow White?
Ah,
The
Mirror on the wall.
Yeah, mirror. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got it.
I you know what? I remember just right now, it just hit me. There's a Snoop Dogg song from when I was little called Lottie Dottie. And in that second verse, he says, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the top dog of them all?
Yeah.
And what it's for me, it's like, you could probably go to old TV shows that repeat mirror, mirror on the wall. I think The Simpsons did it. Why are the Simpsons also did Luke, I'm your father 3 different times? Why? That never happened. So you have to look at these things as like, are they deciding on who erases it and who keeps it in? Or are they, so it's like they're taking away these things, or the end of a song is different, or just these weird things. So I don't know if it's just a hiccup in the system or the matrix or whatever, or of course, this is, again, I might be in my own little boat with this analogy, but just like with MJ, but for me, back to everyone's cool with saying the Matrix is a documentary, right? It's like, I feel like we've all heard that, and we all accept that for like, you're not a piece of shit if you say that. But what about if Back to the Future is a documentary? Ever think of that?
classic. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, we all
for me too. For me
mentioned
too.
it. Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
There's
they
nothing
tune
there.
into a frequency, and who knows? I mean, again, that's a far fetched, but
No,
you know,
yes, I think
The dog is called Einstein.
all of it is in there.
Yeah.
The flux capacitor's
The-
changed in a
The
Mandela
flat
effect,
Earth
apparently.
clock is in. Lindsay, can you share the screen? I have a good.
More like the clock
there's
at 20 times more was 9/11, or was it?
what do you want me to? What do you want me to find? Manny?
right.
Yeah.
Go on my True Seeker Sweet channel, please, and there is a video. Wait, I will send you the.
You guys
link.
ever see that CERN commercial where they're dancing, doing like a sacrifice seance looking dance?
Oh,
And
yeah.
then in that same commercial, they got a guy holding a sign saying Mandela.
What?
It's
up
like,
on my
okay,
channel,
so what?
whatever.
They're just playing. They're just, they're
Yeah,
getting
but
into
yeah,
the
I
pop
think
culture
we
theory.
can't
Okay.
we can't substantiate anything with CERN. To me,
I al-
it's just a
but
money soap like NASA.
Martin, there's also a document that someone uploaded in PDF and screenshots of when they went to visit CERN for a tour or some shit.
Words
And
on
the actual
internet and
pamphlets have a picture of Snow White in front of a mirror. They have a picture of, oh, you saw it, Darth Vader.
I know. I just words that don't make it real
What?
just because it's words on the internet.
It's like, why
these
would
people, they say they've invested all the money in the world. This thing was started in the 40s. I've looked into CERN from the very beginning, the story of it. And Alice and all of these names, like Alice in the Looking Glass, Alice through the wormhole, you know, and the Hadron. And anything you want to see about it on YouTube will always have Brian Cox telling you all about what they've done today, which is smashing atoms to reenact the Big Bang. So as far as I know, that's supposed to have like blasted everything into existence. So what are they going to do? Blast everything into existence from inside this chamber?
Martin,
So,
is there any validity to the idea that CERN was uncovered antiquitech and it's just sort of been updated, or is that a relatively
Let's
new?
send it to you on WhatsApp. Go on, Alex.
They're
go on.
saying that, you know, the theory is that because they, you know, they're subject to quantum entanglement, that they probably could have altered reality. So imagine the letters in the Holy Bible all just phasing and completely changing.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're trying to tell you that they've got this sort of thing. They're saying that they're making antimatter. And they're saying that they are tampering with the quantum realm, which is
I'm asking, is it like, how long has CERN been there? Because we're to believe
1950s. It started as a French nuclear power station, yeah, and it expanded from there. So it was national nuclear, basically.
So it wasn't uncovered technology then that they've just reformed.
Yeah, it's just nothing's come out of there. All that they do in there, if you look into it, is they add to the quantum zoo of particles, which is gluons, muons, neutrinos. Now they've been apparently trying to grab neutrinos in a mine, yeah, for the last 30 odd years. Yet they're yet to catch one, but they still tell you that they do it with this great thumping great machine that they've invented, the neutrino catcher. You know, they say a lot of shit. None of us can substantiate any of it. It's all based on the indistinguishable, the quantum realm. I haven't actually practiced the double split experiment. You know, I do think that we do, you know, manifest reality, but they're trying to say we collapse the quantum fuzziness into a reality like approximately 6 seconds before it collapses, is what they're saying. And that's what a double split, you know, none of reality is there without our conscious observation, is what they tell us, which is true in a spiritual sense, but it's all out of Kabbalah. Jewish mysticism is quantum mechanics, and it's all out of a realm that we can't prove is there. There's a lot of Hollywood movies tell you it's there, like Ant-Man, because that's the new film where they go down and travel in the quantum realm. And it gets more ridiculous. They go to the Planck level. I don't even want to tell you how small that is. It's just ridiculous. There's millions of zeros. It's just.
So what's your layman's term for how Looney Tunes is the other way now and all this shit? Like what?
Man. Well, like I just said, maybe they're just altering. Like, you know, I think it could be supernatural.
Oh, you think it could be just a glitch, or do you think that a human being found a way to either travel back in time or to have an out of body
maybe
frequency
AI,
zoop, you know?
like you just said, right? Back to the future, right? The future's already happened in the past. There's no time as such. That got set up at the beginning of this bullshit narrative, and we only live in nows is all we do. Once we get away from that time thing, all of that death stuff and all that business is just going to fall through because it's part of the system, isn't it?
So do you think they're doing it on purpose to fuck with us? To fuck with us? Like, the end of that Queen song's different now.
If
Good
they
luck
haven't got
fighting
AI
about
now,
it. You know,
right. Okay.
Go
So
fight
they're on
about
how
it.
they can download your memories onto a hard drive, right? But they can say, oh, it takes thousands and thousands of gigabytes of information. There's plenty of Hollywood films to say this is happening, and they're saying they're going to do it in reality, and like literally download all of your memories, essentially your person, for what? And put that into AI, another replacement. Who even knows? But if AI exists now, then it's part of it. And if it doesn't exist, it will in the future. So it won't be subject to time as such. For the nature of AI, we'll be able to go back into the internet and forward into the internet, no problem whatsoever. And it would have to have an accurate representation of reality. So it would know the Earth is flat. It would know all of their lies and how this show's run. So I feel it might be on our side and tipping us off to the bullshit. Wink, 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 wink.
Well, we're gonna win this war regardless. So I agree.
It's a matter of time now, is all it is. Like I said, that's the only thing that's holding us here to them is time. and the
All
slave.
the politicals are only actors.
They might try that war bullshit soon. That seems to be heating up.
Yeah.
Poland's just
Yeah,
got
yeah,
one
yeah,
last week to get extra fuel, extra food for next winter. And when I was
Yeah.
in the Republic, they got told exactly the same that week I was there. So I was like, well, these people are taking this shit really seriously. So maybe I should just like listen and watch. You don't
Martin, has anything changed in the UK? Are you guys allowed to travel to America now without being double? You know what?
I checked about going to Oktoberfest with Karen B, and she said like well, she thought there was restrictions. Well, I looked into it, and you need to prove or show that you've had at least one of the 2 jabs.
Oh, really?
But
They
now,
won't accept it. They won't accept a negative test.
I think you've got to lie or something, and say like they want you to say that you've had COVID within, I think it's the last 3 months or something. And if you
And
have
recovered.
you're ill and you can come through. It's only healthy people they don't like. You know, this shit goes down.
Oh, shit.
So in order for you to fly to the country, you have to go
What's
to the
wrong?
airport and say you had COVID 3 months ago.
Mate, they're always pulling me apart. Whatever. I'm just wondering with like usually with COVID stuff, they like just keep.
Hey, we say Rona.
Yeah.
I might be all right.
Yeah. And Alex can do a very cool monkey box.
Monkey bollocks.
You saw my videos on the monkeypox nonsense. What do you think about that, Martin?
Lindsay, show it, please.
Oh my God. Wait, the first.
I did 2 videos, didn't I?
I gotta ship you off to the island of Dr. Moreau because that's where you belong now, Alex.
What's
That's
that?
where it came from.
I don't get the reference.
Oh my gosh, it's that crazy movie with Val Kilmer where they go to
Have
an
you
island
seen
and
it,
there's-
John?
Oh,
my
there's an
God.
older version, a black and white one, which is better.
Yeah,
really?
Alex,
Yeah.
Alex,
Haven't
Alex
seen
did
Creatures.
2 great monkey box.
Oh my
videos.
God.
So that's another thing they're going with this narrative. I mean, are they going to go? They're going to go crazy with that as well now, are they? I mean, they're ordering all these monkeys.
Ain't gonna work.
I don't think
It's not
people
gonna
are
work.
buy it, you know.
It's not gonna work.
I
No,
don't think it is. I don't
They're
think
gonna try it maybe, but once they know this shit ain't gonna work anymore, they're gonna go full Ukraine, full Putin, full scaring everyone. Probably another 9/11 type of thing where something blows up and they blame it on Putin and they start their shit. So
Bigger than 9/11.
yeah, probably. You gotta, we gotta be wary of that. But once they do this, and if this fails, I mean, the system just has to fucking collapse. All I want is the Antarctic Treaty abolished, and the system will collapse.
yeah.
That's all we need. That's all we literally need is for that to abolish. And I think we have the power to do that, but we just got to get more people on board to even want to do that. Most people don't even know it exists.
There's a Northern Treaty too, similar.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, yeah. I wish I touched on that in the film, but yeah,
Still
that's
can.
what the next one's for. Yeah.
Yeah, we will
You
show
can't
them
talk about
this in
everything.
level
It's
3.
many aspects. to
Well, that's
talk
why there's going to be. I already said I'm going to make one every year, and until the flat Earth, the stationary model, that we know, basically until the heliocentric model is the minority, and you guys might look at that like you're going to be doing this for a long time. I don't feel that way. I feel like if we keep doing this, the butterfly effect started in 2014, guys.
Mate, I was there. I was there, mate. And all these
Yeah.
years later, I'm still cracking it up.
Yeah.
The butterfly effect started. They want to act like people aren't waking up, and they are. And it's every day, every single day. It's no one's going back to this.
And everyone's
fantasy ball.
heard of it as well. There's even though people don't understand it, at least so many people have heard of it. They know it's a thing now.
Yeah, I think most people know it's a thing now, and that means it's only a matter of fucking time before the thing is everyone's reality. And I'm going to do everything I can, and no one's ever going to stop me from doing everything I can to make sure that happens. Period. From any aspect, I don't care who doesn't respect what I do or how I do it. I was put here to do this, and so. Call me whatever you want and make up things about me and stuff. Did this shit don't bother me? You're fucking with the wrong one if you think that's ever going to bother me, man.
They're playing with the flat earthers. They knows we're on it. right? And they're just playing with us. I seen
Bring that Chicago attitude. Sorry.
You know it. You know it. You know it.
I
You got the wrong one.
Apparently, Elon Musk is in an interview or something. It's supposed to be on the internet where he's asked like basically a question which equates to like the truth, which is flat. And they're like, you know, so people are like, what is he up to? You know, and I think, you know, these high people and all of these people who are in, they got to know, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, he's constantly defending and at the same time dropping himself in it. Like
all high-ranked Masons
the
know.
mic drop onwards.
All the Masons, high-ranked Masons, they all know. You're
I
not
seen
going
a show
to be
the other
there
day and
unless
they
you
used
you
mic
know.
drop as an analogy, and I was like, "What? It's like in culture now. This mic drop, you know." And then it refers
Correct.
back to the flat earthers. So he fucking, it's like, is that on purpose, you know? Yeah. And a lot of the stuff, like when he says about you can't see that curve in the film,
it's
you know?
flat.
Yeah,
it's flat.
That stuff is flat. And when he was asked about gravity, what's gravity? And he's like, we don't know.
We know it's effect, but we don't know what it is. Honestly, yeah.
That is fuel for our fire, and they love giving the fuel. They love giving us the fuel.
Playing with us. They know we know, and they know, and they can't really turn tail just yet. And they got to keep the appearance up. But we can see straight through all of it. Yeah,
that's why I'm telling you, it's going to be the norm. Heliocentrism is going away. They know it. They keep. If they really, and I'll leave on this as I got to run. If they really wanted to push the heliocentric model fully and brainwash everybody and keep it going and going and going, they would not have any of these glitches ever show up. They would never expose a harness. They would never have a green screen slip. It would never happen because, as we all know, it's all post-production. None of this shit's live. They have full control over what the public sees. They would never allow it for 1 second. Maybe I'll give them one because no one's perfect, but they would never keep allowing the fuckery to continue to be exposed over and over and over again. I think they want us to do their job in telling everybody what we're in, what we're on, and what's going on, because they want us to do it.
It's sloppy, and it is. And I'm
going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. So go ahead. It makes my life easy. Their fuckery is the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's just weird. I don't even like any of it. They're all nuts.
It's too obvious at this point, man. Kind of like what's going on in politics and Biden and all this crap that I rarely pay attention to, but when I do, I'm like, this has got to be on purpose. Everything they're doing has to be on purpose. We're at a time in the world right now where it's going to change one way or the other. And I feel like, they don't do things quickly. They're not like, they don't go off instinct. They have 10-year, 20, 30-year plans of agendas, and they stick to it. They don't care if,
they use the stars. They go on certain dates and certain star alignments, like solstices and shit, to do their stuff. So they wait for that because it's important to them. Make sure these things happen on them dates.
Correct.
Royal births, you name it, they all happen on these dates.
And I'll always think that, I don't know how you guys feel, but I always think that again, we're on YouTube, so I'll keep it clean, but what they're doing now, what they've been doing the last couple of years, and all the way from the New York events to today, everything in between, I feel as if they don't want the puppets here anymore. I'm not the puppets, sorry, the sheep, whatever you want to call them. They don't want these people with 3 masks on walking outside, like these NPCs, whatever anybody calls them. They don't want them here. They're sick of it. And I think what they've been doing is they found a way to get rid of them, and they're keeping the ones that don't fall for it here. But what are they going to do with us now? What are they going to try to do with us? Are we really going to live in a peaceful world again? I always feel like there's this piece of me that's like, as much as there's evil, there's some good too. So I feel like the good's like, hey, let's make a deal. We don't want them here. You don't want them here. Let's just get rid of them, which I'm not agreeing to. I think that's terrible. But I feel like with what I'm seeing, it's so blatantly, obviously scripted, and everything's just a big joke. It's the worst I've seen anything ever. Even with this last Texas thing that happened. Bullshit. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
So they don't even try. They don't even. Exactly.
Yeah,
they don't even.
Awful. Once you can spot a crisis actor, once you've seen the Candy Hook thing 10 years ago, and you've analysed that, and you see exactly the same thing being played out again, you can spot it a bloody mile off.
Yeah, and I'm okay with saying, hey, that one's real, because it's very possible that anything like that could actually happen. But then I sit back and think about it, I go, I don't think anybody would really ever do that.
Nah.
Any human being, even a meth head. I mean, maybe I'll give him a pass on that, but it's like at the end of the day, like to get that ammunition to and go in there and do that to innocent children. It's like there's just I don't know, man. I don't feel like anyone would ever do that. Even your crazy uncle ain't gonna do it. There's no one's doing
Agreed.
that, you know. So they have to fake it because there's no other way. I think this is their last attempt on trying to get the guns.
Sean, I have a proof that not Joe Biden, Trump was also a puppet. Lindsay,
I don't think Trump is Trump ain't no savior, bro. Like, look, I know people that swear he's behind the scenes doing stuff, and this is what I tell them respectfully. I hope you're right. That's all I'm going to say to them. I'm not going to sit there and argue. I'm not going to sit there and ruin their life. I'm not going to make them. I'm not going to try to make them sleepless from it. It's all bullshit to me. But I still tell them. I say, hey, you know what? I hope you're right, and I think that we all would hope that that's right. It's probably not, most likely, but
it's a lovely story, isn't it? It's a really nice story, and I've got friends that have researched that deeply, and very intelligent people as well.
Yeah,
and I
me
still
too.
think they're very naive. I can't see it, and like you say, I hope you're right. It's a lovely story, and I hope it's all rainbows and unicorn farts and everything will work, and all the white hats save the day and all that. It's a lovely story, but I just think it's hopium, all of it.
Now I gotta go. So bye it, everybody. But I'm gonna say this last thing, that the story of Trump and QAnon and all this shit. I was hoping that was real for a while when it was going on in the peak of it, and then I looked more into it, and I was like, I just can't get on board with this. I was trying to get on board with it. I couldn't get on board with it. I still know people that are, but there's that 1% of me. You guys will laugh when I sign off after I say this, I'm sure. There's that 1% of me that goes, the only way I'd give that an ever possible chance is because Michael Jackson lived with Trump for, I think, 10 years. And this was, they were pretty close. So I'm thinking like, okay, the 1% of me, again, it's probably less than 1%, but it's like, okay, I'll give you that. Trump and Michael came up with this giant plan and somehow got him into office. That's the one thing I can't get over. You can't sit in that chair. You can't be in that chair unless they want you there, man. I can't stress that enough, but it's a hilarious conspiracy, obviously, but I just looked at it as like they live together, so maybe they came up with a plan, this crazy plan, but probably not, man. Michael's probably actually passed away, so but I had to throw that out there just because I thought it was a weird coincidence that they were that close. I didn't know that. But yeah, you guys can make fun of me when I sign off. So all right, cool. Flat thumbs.
All right, we will do. Nice
Sure.
show.
Flat thumbs.
What do you say, Martin, Lindsay, and Alex? Will we stay a little bit or jump? Will we all jump out and go live very soon?
What's the time?
We are live 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Let's jump off. It's been a while.
Yeah.
All right, if everybody's jumping off, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
Lovely seeing you, Sean.
Yeah,
You too,
Sean,
all you guys.
Sean.
Nice meeting you, Alex.
Likewise,
Sean,
we'll be in
nice.
touch. Cheers,
Very
mate.
nice that you're here. Very nice. Lindsay, thank you, lovely. Ciao, Martin and Alex. Good night.
FLATASTIC brothers and sisters, love you. Lindsay.
Love you all.
We love you. We love you.
And Manny, give Alex my email. If you
Yeah,
could.
sure.
Double nose pick.
Yeah. Hey, let's
That's
give
new,
a
Alex.
double
No one's
middle
ever
finger. Double middle finger to NASA.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. That's
Double-
there.
Flat fingers. Flat
Yeah,
fingers.
double-
It's got to be the new
double-
one. Flat fingers. I love it.
Yeah, I know.
Flat
It's
fingers.
absolutely perfect.
Fuck you, globe heads. All right.
Yeah.
Flat
and
fingers. Oh, this is
John,
gotta
make
be.
a
We've
video,
invented
make
it
a
on
video.
this show. Flat fingers. I love it. That's gonna
We're
be
going
my-
to flat Earth meets doing that to one another. That's weird.
Come on, Lindsay. One time. Alex, Martin.
Flat fingers. Love it.
Yeah. Fuck the globe that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right, very nice.
Ciao.
Very nice to connect again. We'll see you on the next time. See you later, guys.
Sure. We see you
Blessings, Manny.
soon.
Thank you.
Lindsay, your microphone. Ciao. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.
There it is.
Ciao,
Okay.
Blissy.